evening, everybody. Hope you all have had a decent few days. Bit shorter time frame between streams here tonight, huh? Last stream we did was Friday because it was a special stream, a stream out of the norm, a stream for the holidays. Oh, we had a good time last stream, guys. We had a good time. A bunch of music, a bunch of nonsense and tomfoolery. Well, welcome to the Dozer Den. I am the Billdozer. Billdozer74 here is the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. We have a show today. We have newsy stuff, guys. We have newsy stuff. I think I'm actually going to start doing a stream at least once a month that is just more just chilling. Like, it was a good vibe. It was a good vibe last stream. And I think it's good to decompress a little bit every now and then and maybe not be as serious. So I see we have one lone straggler there on the CommiTube watching. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, I stream currently Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. Usually go for about 3 hours or so. I try to say that I'm going to keep it to 2 or 2.5, but I am always a dirty, rotten liar. And there's the boy crying. So let's see if we can maybe be a little bit quieter. What's up, Castro? Good to see you in chat. The boy has a bit of a cold, so I may have to step out every now and then to calm him down because he's a little bit snotty, So my apologies if you end up getting chair cast for a minute, or at least stuffed animals cast, I guess. could watch the deer, watch the anime posters for a moment. Good to see you, Castro. Thanks for watching. Guys, do not forget to smash that like button. Give it a good thumping. Tap the like button. Give it a little tap, tap, tap-roo. Lean in real close and caress the like button. Whisper sweet nothings into the like button's ear. And we don't want to be like that. That is what Joe Biden does to little kids. And we don't want to we don't want to emulate that, guys. We don't want to do that. And if you must, I get it, guys. I get it. We get excited when we hit that like button. We do. And if you have to hit it more than once, please hit it only twice. Or, excuse me, hit it thrice. At least thrice. Gotta have an odd number. Because if you don't, well, you cancel it out. And guys, we don't want to cancel it out. We have to be proud of the Dozer Den. Proud of our support for the Dozer Den. Oh, become a Killdozer. One of the elite Killdozers by subscribing to this channel. Measly $5 a month. What's up, Salt Dumpster? Good to see you. A measly $5 a month, guys. And you can be one of the elite Killdozers in the Dozer Den. You get subscriber-only emotes. You get your name lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. And I have heard that eventually, or that there's a possibility, nothing for sure here, there's a possibility that subscribers might be getting an ad-free experience, even if you're only subscribing to a individual channel. Now, that's not confirmed yet. I've heard rumblings. Rumblings on Rumble. Oh my. Sup, Trish? Lovely mod in the chat. Oh, do not forget to comment in the comment section. Apparently that helps the algorithm. Have a good time mixing it up in there. Share the stream if you feel so inclined. Guys, if you like what we're doing here, spread the word. Spread the word. Oh my goodness, and we have a common censored raid from Lord Sterling. Great show tonight over there, Lord Sterling. Great stuff, great stuff. If you guys have not checked out Common Censored yet, what are you doing? Give him a follow. The Info Infantry streams Monday through Friday. Usually starts around 6:45 Eastern, 5:45 my time here in the middle of the country. Goes for about 3 hours, and on Fridays he goes a little bit longer. Gets up to some good old-fashioned fun. Good to see y'all. Good to see you. Do subscribers get Naked Snake? I've thought about it. Castro. I can at least do the peck dance. Naked Snake. Oh, I thought about having some type of gimmick like that. I need to figure that out. I do need to figure that out. Guys, since you just showed up, welcome to the Dozer Den. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment in the comment section, repost if you have the ability to do so. That is this awesome new little feature there on Rumble. And, since it is still the spirit of Christmas, the Christmas season, at least for a couple more days, if you feel so inclined, to gift subscriptions to your fellow chatters? Well, that's an option now. There's a little red gift box if you're in the browser, and you can gift subscriptions to people here on Rumble. Awesome feature from Rumble. Thank you so much for listening to the people. Dozer Cobra. Oh, what's up, Taccho? Good to see you. Let me make sure everything is rolling well here on X. Share out to my X peeps. I'll actually do it when I say it this time and not wait 30 minutes. It's very important. Very important. It was really cool, guys. X actually left my video window open for like a day. It closed and then it opened, and then it closed and then it opened. I don't understand why it does that. It is what it is, I suppose, though. Jennifer Jupiter, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. And then Dr. Zachary Smith, I think, followed me from the Quarterings chat earlier. Thank you so much for your follow as well. Much appreciated. Sounds like the audio is going well over there. So, all right, going to share this out over on the X. Get my X peeps watching. I do appreciate you wherever you choose to view the Dozer Den. I appreciate you watching. Even over on CommieTube, if that's where you watch. Even though they struck my stream, they struck it. I figured if I paused and talked through the music videos, maybe, that they might not get me as hard, but they got me hard. I had to do the training and everything, guys. I did the training. It is what it is. Oh, there you go. Trish putting up the Discord in chat there. Sam Duty, if you're watching, I tried to figure out a way to expand the chat. I don't know if that's a feature yet in Rumble Studio, so my apologies for that. I will do a little bit more research and try to figure out what's going on with that. Maybe I'll reach out on some of the communities on X for Rumble, improvement to see if that's something that they're working on. The ability to maybe customize your live chat window over there. So I do apologize for how tiny that is. For those who might be a little bit have a little bit of trouble seeing that tiny chat. But I did look into it, Sam Duty. I was paying attention and I tried. So haven't got there yet, but I'm going to figure it out. That or I might end up, I don't know, I've been using Rumble Studio for every live stream I've done so far. So I feel kind of attached to it. We'll see. We'll see. Let me make sure things are good here. Live in the Dozer Den. There we go. We'll pin it. We'll stick a pin in it. How about that? Boom. Already had 14 people check it out over there on the good old X. Although, my goodness, guys, my goodness, there's been some drama on X, hasn't there? It's been quite a bit of drama on X. Not all about how small your chat is, but the content of your chat that counts. That's right. That's right. We can blow it up every now and then, at least like that, can't we? To my subscribers. Currently, we have 10. I think it was Harry Toe gifted 5 others, so we had 5 that were subscribing before. 5 more were gifted subscriptions for this month. And if you like what you get with that, hey, if you want to continue with the trend there and keep subscribing on a monthly basis, I sincerely appreciate your support. To my regular subscribers, I sincerely appreciate your continued support. You help me continue to focus on doing the best show I can for you, the people. The goal here is to inform and entertain, infotainment, as some might say. I don't have a clip for the Massey Minute today, at least not that I'm aware of yet. I might do a little bit of looking later whenever we're watching a video, because we have a lengthy video from the Frog Prophet himself, Alex Jones, about bird flu. Because, guys, it appears that is going to be the next craze, the next big thing. If you thought COVID was insane, wait for bird flu. Avian influenza. The Grok thumbnail. I found that amusing. It's just a bird with a thermometer in its mouth, and I'm happy with it. I am happy with it. I had to do a few different wordings for that prompt to get it to do what I wanted, but it was all right. Oh, you're good, Trish One. You're good. Appreciate you. Definitely. If you got family over, you're spending time with your loved ones, that is what's important. Huh. Bird brain flu. Yep. Totally legit, guys. Oh, and Leanna Wynn. We've got a clip from her to start it off whenever we get when we dive into that topic. She is a a former Planned Parenthood board member, I believe, and then she was involved with Baltimore City as well. Not a good person. Not a good person. She went on to express regret about, oh, what was it? Muzzling her children because it actually caused some speech delays in her son. Hmm. I thought we were supposed to trust the science, though, Miss Wen. I thought we were supposed to be good little boys and girls and just put the mask on our face and shut the fuck up. I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Oh, look at that. And I seriously, absolutely hate that for her child, and I hate that for any child that ended up developing a speech delay or a speech disorder because you couldn't see people's mouths forming the words at crucial points in development. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and I think that there were a lot of people that did have good intentions during that time. I do. The people that knew better, though, the people that knew better, well, um, I don't think your kids should suffer, but I think you should feel horrible for what you did. You should absolutely feel horrible because you knew better. You knew those masks weren't doing a damn thing. You knew that those kids did not need that shot. Nobody needs those shots. Nobody needs the freaking flu shot, by the way. If you're still taking the flu shot, if there's a way, I don't, a lot of people that work in hospitals, you're pretty much coerced into taking that damn thing. I used to work at a hospital. I took the damn shot every year that I worked there. I regret that. The flu shot's not good for you. We've discussed this before. What's up, Awakened All Day? Good to see you. I'm seeing some new names in the chat. Guys, if you haven't followed the channel yet, well, go ahead and click that follow button. What are you waiting for? Saw that we were up to 521 at one point. Then I think we had a bot. One of the bots mentioned in the comments on the last video, please don't mention Kwanzaa. Why? You don't want to talk about how Kwanzaa came about? You don't want to talk about the fact that Kwanzaa is a made-up holiday based on an individual who kidnapped and did horrible things to women and whipped them with electric cords? We don't want to talk about that? We don't want to talk about how, what's up? Thank you for the follow, Awakened All Day. I appreciate you. We don't want to talk about how Kwanzaa is technically a typo, the way it's spelled. Oh, that's such a funny little holiday. It's a funny one. You know what? If you get some enjoyment out of it, I guess I don't care. But I'm not going to respect you. Oh God. Trish won. A couple people shot in the Bronx a few hours ago, shot up a store and then used a mother as a human shield. Well, that sucks. Hope she didn't die. But when you're getting gunshots, I mean, it's kind of tough to survive that. Speaking of people who are tough and survive things, this is not a story, but just got me thinking. Have you guys heard about Robert Brooks? This case of the in New York, where I guess the prison guards and maybe a nurse or something decided to beat this man to death. Like for hours, they beat this man, and I don't agree with that. But if we look at what Robert Brooks did to get his 12-year prison sentence for assault, because he pled guilty, that's why he ended up only being in there for 12 years. He stabbed his girlfriend multiple times. She almost died. Stabbed her in the stomach, the heart, or the chest, the throat. It was a vicious attack on a woman. So they should have dealt with him earlier. I don't agree with the prison guards beating a prisoner because you were in the care of that individual, and there are certain expectations that go along with that. Um, Dang, that's sad, Trish. There are certain expectations that go along with that. When you have the care of a prisoner, you need to be responsible and you need to do things right. Um, Apparently, BLM tried to march, but it's too cold, so they don't want to get out. And they had like maybe 20 or 30 people out in the streets marching. It is an injustice, though, that happened to a prisoner, albeit a terrible human being that was that prisoner in Robert. I think it's Robert Brooks, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's see. Oh man. Let me check on the rumbles real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anybody who's followed. It was, yeah, Dr. Zachary Smith, Jennifer Jupiter, and Awakened All Day. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Much appreciated. What are we at now? 522. 10 subscribers. Very nice. Very nice. Let's check on our likes. Oh, I only see 4 likes so far, guys. Guys, we have to do better. We have to smash that like button. Give the like button all of your ire, but in a friendly way. In a friendly way. Give it a good little taparoo. What's up, JJR? Good to see you, man. Got to get back to work from the lunch break. Have to be working and lurking. Hell yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you lending me your ears. If you don't think of the Robin Hood Men in Tights scene where they all rip off an ear and throw their ear at him, well, you're just not as cultured as I am, I suppose. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. My God, what is my hair doing? Oh my lord. Oh my lord, guys, it's crazy. You can't tame this mane. You can't tame the mane. Put some different stuff in it today, and it made it a little bit extra um, shapely at times, I guess. Got curves and curls. Oh, let's see. Oh, you know what? You know what? I need to refresh. I need to refresh. I was talking stuff. I see 15 on my end. I see 15. Rumble sometimes needs to update. It takes it a minute. It takes it a minute. That's okay. That's okay. Oh man. I hope you guys have had a good Christmas season thus far. Um, had some good gatherings. Had one that wasn't good. Just gonna be honest, it was pretty damn bad. Um, but you know, you move past it. Last stream, I talked about finding ways to make that shit sandwich more palatable, and currently, I'm just using anger and rage to mask any other issues because that's healthy, right? Sometimes you got to do that. It's part of the process. Get mad at stuff, and then you figure out how to fix it, or navigate more effectively through whatever issues may be present. Oh, goodness. Oh, guys, if you do not want to subscribe and you do not want to send a Rumble rant, well, I do have a Venmo and a Cash App that is available. Trish one posting that in the chat for me, and it is in the description. And the Discord link is in the description as well. Guys, we have 11 people over there on Discord. The Dozer Den with Billdozer74. It's a nice little community. We chill. We talk about things every now and then. Got some good memes. The memes have been flowing. The memes have been flowing. It's been a good time. I posted a rather spicy meme in there earlier tonight. No regrets. No regrets. It's so wrong. What's up, Wendy? Dancing bananas. Hell yeah. Good to see you, Wendy. Hope you're doing well. Wild Wendy. Wendy Wild. Ah, there you go. Six Designs. Check out that Discord, man. We got stuff in there. We got gun stuff. Got my new I showed it off on the stream last time, but got a picture of it picture of me with it on. From when I was at my mother-in-law's, that Bravo belt. Man, that thing is so nice. I wore that dashing yesterday. Right? No, Saturday. Yeah, I was dashing Saturday. And I wore that for 6 hours or so, 6 to 8 hours straight. No issues at all. That thing is solid. Had my extra mag in there. What's up, Christy L? Had my extra mag in there. Had my, of course, my daily carry, and I'm gonna put some more stuff in it. It is almost like a little bit like a utility belt. It is, walk around, going around. I am Batman. No, no, we don't need to do that. Not gonna do that. We're not gonna be that cringe. There are only certain levels of cringe that can be tolerated, and that's past. It's quite past. Oh man. But after we get done beating bird flu to death with the good old frog prophet Alex Jones himself, we are going to roll into Havana syndrome. And it appears Catherine Herridge has gotten a scoop. I think she was with ABC, if I'm not, or CBS. ABC or CBS. One of the legacy media outlets. Catherine Herridge. She. Dang it, guys. Y'all talking about Vegas. I would love to go to Vegas in March with y'all. I would love to. It would be awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it work. Because I was talking with Lady Dozer about it, and we were going to try to get out there. It is a long-ass drive from Southeast Missouri to Vegas, all right? And so I'm thought about flying, but then justifying the cost, and I was just like, I don't know, I don't know. And we'd have to have somebody watch the kids for a couple days too. So, or we could bring the kids with us. I don't know. I don't know. Family vacation, do a road trip, get the caravan all loaded up and ready to go. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, mulling it over, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. But I definitely would love to go hang out with y'all. It'd be a good time. It'd be a good time. Didn't I send you shit this a while back? On what? Talking about the Havana syndrome? You did Salt Dumpster. I think you might have one that was it was a Canadian article, like from freaking years ago. Salt Dumpster. Your that rings a bell. I don't know if that was you or not, but I remember doing a whole I read a whole article on that. It was from Canada about Havana syndrome. Yeah, yeah, Salt Dumpster, the directed energy weapon stuff. I remember that. Yeah, and it's coming to mainstream media attention. So here's the caveat. Here's the caveat. It's cool that they're mentioning it. It's cool that they're talking about directed energy weapons and the implications that they have. It's cool that they're looking at somebody who has been clearly affected by it. Whether or not she's a sacrificial lamb to push a narrative about foreign entities, I don't know. I don't know. I'm skeptical of everything at this point. And when the legacy media has a story about something like this, just as they've had with the whole drone stuff and the UFOs and the aliens and non-human entities, or non-human intelligence, if they're talking about it, I've got to be skeptical. And so should you. Question everything. You've got to question everything, even yourself. Even yourself. But yes, skepticism is a good thing. But you also have to be open to new information and what is it? I guess trust but verify from some of your most trusted sources. Yeah, Havana syndrome from the little bit that I've heard of the interview. It sounds like they are kind of going to try to blame Russia. I hesitate. I hesitate, like brick wall hesitate when they start doing that. I think that they are going to try to continue to make Russia the boogeyman um, in whatever ways they can. When I think it's more likely that our own government is fucking with people. I think our own government is more likely um, be, for trying to microwave people's brains. Essentially, it's really disturbing. The things that can be done to the body, to the brain, especially with certain frequencies. Um, I've said it before. I think that we are the human mind, the brain itself. I think just both physically and spiritually, we are open to different things. And if the nefarious entities are working within government, who's to say that they're not working on ways to incorporate technology into whatever purposes they may have? I don't know. Maybe I need to. We're gonna talk about the Havana syndrome here in a little bit. I'll have to don the tinfoil hat. Hmm? Maybe, maybe it's still here. It's still here for when we talk about the nefarious intent from certain entities. But I think it's more of a there may be a little bit of psyop going on with that. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. Later. Hang out on Trump for me. But yeah, we're gonna watch that clip. We're gonna do a little bit of a pause and react at times. I've got thoughts. I've got thoughts on it. After we get done discussing Havana syndrome in Havana, not that type of Havana, we are gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about the appeal that the federal appeals court has rejected Trump's appeal about the E. Jean Carroll case. I which I'm fairly sure isn't that the appeals. The bench is all a bunch of black women. Yeah, yeah. Clearly, statistically, I don't know. Maybe that's not the right one. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. But I'm just saying it's kind of interesting that that would be the case. That it's just no DEI involved there. No, no, no IDPOL, no IDPOL involved at all. When an entire federal appeals court would be all just black women. None, none at all. Shut your face. Don't you be racist. It's not about race. It's about who can do the job better. And the fact that statistics just don't quite add up with that. They don't quite add up with that. I just think there's a little bit of question. A little bit of question. What's up, Sanglant? Good to see you. Oh man. CW. What's up, fuckers? Good to see y'all. Good to see you. Thank you so much for watching the stream tonight. Gonna be a newsy episode of the Dozer Den tonight, guys. Gonna be a little bit more newsy, and we do have some lighthearted stuff that I had on deck for the stream on Friday. I had a bunch of stuff that I had saved in my bookmarks for just in case we weren't doing music videos, but we had a lot of people that were chilling with some music. So the Dozer Den DJ Hour. It was a good time. It was a good time. But I've got some stuff there. I've got the Massey minute is going to be just kind of a reading through some of his posts. I don't really have any clips from him, at least not yet. Like I said, I might do a little bit of digging whenever we're watching the clip from the good old frog prophet Alex Jones himself. But yeah, we do have some lighthearted stuff that I'm probably going to throw in there at the end. You were driving and listening to Loveline at 2003. Loveline, is that the one with Dr. Drew? I think that's Dr. Drew, isn't it? Did he bring that back? Or is that still going? I don't know. Oh man. First day back to work today. After actually taking some time. I had time saved up and I used it, damn it. So I had half a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I did not get as much done around the house as I wanted to. I was wanting to mow because it's December and in Missouri the temperatures fluctuate wildly. And I wanted to get at least one more good mowing in of the backyard because the backyard's always longer than the front yard. Not really sure why that is. Need to do a little bit of a fertilizing maybe. But yeah, I need to get out there and do that. That way I can also clean out the leaves a little bit better from my 6 maple trees. Only 5 of which actually have leaves anymore because one of them has died. Because maple trees, I've come to believe that maple trees are a little bit of they're wussy trees. They're wussy trees. They're not very resilient. But they sure are nice. So. Interesting. Awakened all day. Mylar blanket can protect you from thermal imaging. Just a fun fact, if one needs it down the road, might help against drones. Also nets. Net guns. Or I guess a t-shirt cannon with a net type of apparatus. Something to launch the nets into the air. If you can get the propellers, well, apparently that'll take that drone right down. And you won't end up like with some of those poor fellows over there in Ukraine and Russia that are getting just destroyed, literally destroyed by kamikaze drones. My least favorite type of drone, the kamikaze drone. I don't think anybody needs that. Nope. Six Designs woke up this morning and Darth's still streaming. He was just ending though. Yeah, Darth. He's been going. It's good stuff. Fun fact: good IFAKs usually have a trauma, aka mylar blanket in them. Well, that's good to know as well, Saw Dumpster. These are important little tidbits of information that may help someone someday. They may. Look at that, my watch is giving me a health summary. I didn't ask for that, but okay. Individual first aid kit. Mine does not. I don't think. I need to update my first aid kit. It's been sitting in my car for a couple years. Yeah, I probably need to update that damn thing. It's a good one though. It's one of the ones that's like it's a solid little first aid kit. I need to check through it and make sure things are still solid. The cheapy first aid kit that we had in my wife's car, it definitely expired. It was not a long-term first aid kit. I think mine is. I think mine's a little bit more resilient than hers was. So, all right. Oh, last topic. Last topic. We're going to talk a lot. We're going to go ahead and discuss the H-1B drama a little bit more in depth. I kind of touched on it just a little bit last stream, but then we were focusing more on having a good time and chilling and just listening to good tunes. So, the H-1B drama with the tech MAGA and conservative MAGA, and then here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. The cool thing about being on the quote unquote right, we have diversity of thought, and that's not a bad thing. Diversity of thought's not bad. If anything, it makes us more. It makes us a stronger party and a more fortified base whenever we can question each other and we can have conversations and have disagreements. We're not the Borg like the left. The left is just, and they're talking about, oh, the MAGA Civil War. Rrr. You guys are lashing out at each other, and Elon and Trump are sniping back and forth. Not really. No, it's just a disagreement. Adults do that. Adults can have disagreements. It's something that happens, guys. It's something that happens, and it's healthy. It's healthy to have disagreements. Um, Now, I will say that people like Vivek and Elon were quite disingenuous to just blame it on race. Like, oh, well, there's a bunch of people that just hate Indians. No, no. Although I will say their culture is inferior to ours. That is an absolute truth. The Indian culture, depending on the caste, I suppose, because that's a thing, up to 60% of Indians are are perfectly fine. It's culturally acceptable for open defecation. You want California? Bring in more. And they say highly skilled workers are the only ones that they're bringing in. Just a moment. They say highly skilled workers are the only ones that they're bringing in. Bullshit. Not with the H-1Bs. The H-1B program has been abused quite dramatically at times. What people really need to be focusing on is the EB2s. A lot of people don't know about the EB2s. I personally didn't know about the EB2s until I did a little bit of research into them. Those require advanced degrees. All right then. All right then. Then if we talk about the EB2s with the statements from Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, then it makes sense. But if they're talking about the H-1Bs, it's disingenuous as fuck, and they can go eat a spiked phallus as far as I'm concerned. No, it's not. It's not what you say it is. It's not. And we can get it. We can do a deep dive into Vivek too. I like Vivek, but Vivek, he kind of got rich from some really shady things that he did concerning that Alzheimer's drug. Very, very shady. He worked the system, though. It's part of capitalism, baby. Oh, goodness. Nah, Wakened All Day, you were born in 74. It's a good number. It's a good number. It was my football number. Oh, they can have their bird fake flu. I shall not comply. Neither shall I. Neither shall I. I'm not going. I'm not going. Guys, I tried to figure out how to do a live stream to locals, along with along with Rumble Studio, and for some reason it's not linked up. I don't know why it's not linked up for me, but I've emailed locals support. I've emailed Rumble support as well. Hopefully, we can get it figured out to where I can live stream to locals, as well as Rumble X and YouTube. Because I do have a locals community, thedozerden.locals.com. Still did not include the link in the chat. My apologies. Although, if you're watching in the app, there is this lovely join button that you could click if you feel so inclined. The locals live chat, which I need to open one up for the link, but I saw Sanglant. You were in the locals live chat the other day. I saw it. I saw it like a day late, but I saw it. Damn it. But the locals is the Wild West. You can pretty much put whatever you want in that live chat, except for genitals. They don't like genitals. They don't like direct threats of violence. Don't break the law. Pretty much, don't break the law. Matter of fact, while I'm here, I'll start the live chat on my locals post real quick. That way, it's there for anybody who does want to hang out in that live chat and get up to whatever nonsense one might. It's not with an actual. It's not with an actual live stream on locals because, like I said, for some reason, locals is it's the integration with locals and Rumble is not as smooth as one would like. It's not, but hey, nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect. Saying always a day late and a dollar short. Well, that happens. It happens. Hey, everyone, Sam, dude, you been here, but you were triggered to say something. Yeah, yeah, talking about getting everything done on the first day. Yeah, I feel you. And Sam Duty, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I did try to figure out how to make the there we go, the live chat bigger. I don't see a function in Rumble Studio for that yet, so that might be the reason. It's just Rumble Studio. I'm gonna try to contact some of the pages on X that talk about Rumble improvement. There are people in there that are actually involved in development there with Rumble. So they take our advice sometimes. It's kind of cool. So I'll try to throw something out there about being able to expand the live chat out a little bit more in its window. So, or at least make the font maybe a little bit bigger, perhaps. Some small things. Some small things. We shall see. Speaking of Rumble, our first sponsor of the night here in the Dozer Den, Rumble Premium. This sponsorship is from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for the small creator, like moi. They didn't censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought platforms would censor political conversations or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted they fell to pressure from the Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. No, they didn't. They held the line. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you, the people. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked by governments like France and Russia and Brazil. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech, while Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers alone. They don't really get that much. Watching this show here on Rumble and others is the most that they can ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight, and if you have the means, and guys, that is extremely important, only if you have the means should you do this. Don't put yourself out just for this. One major way that you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO. That's STUDIO. When you purchase an annual subscription, go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now's the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, well, you know what? I am just happy that you have taken time out of your evening to hang out with me here in the Dozer Den. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thanks for rolling with me through that ad read. Oh, it's Boulder? The Boulder. Only some of y'all are going to get that. Only some of y'all are going to get that. It's from Avatar The Last Airbender. All right. Not technically an anime. It's American, so it's not technically anime, but it's pretty much anime. They have a couple episodes where they're dealing with some wrestlers that are earthbenders, and one of them is the Boulder, The Rock. Hey, Wendy got it. Nice. Solid. Hey, if it is Boulder, that's cool. Maybe they're listening. I don't know. Oh, man. It's been raining a lot here, guys. If you hear some noise in the background, I do have a tin roof, so that may be what that is. It is very muddy. It is the muddy season here in Missouri. We don't get winter until January, mid-January to February and into March, pretty much. February gets really cold. But we had one little span of a couple days of really cold temperatures in December. First time it's done that in a while. But for the most part, 45, 50 degrees on average. So That's what it is. It's nice and muddy outside. All right, guys. All right. Well, enough bantering. I feel like I've enticed you enough with some of the appetizers for the topics tonight. We're going to roll into the first topic of the evening: bird flu mania. Guys. They're trying it again. They're trying it again. They tried it with monkeypox, or mpox as they tried to rebrand it, because, monkeypox, for some reason, we don't want to say monkey. I don't understand why that was apparently racist. That may be a leftist problem to think about, why you considered monkeypox to be racist. Do you think black people look like monkeys? That's a little fucked up. That's a little fucked up. To be fair, we all kind of look like monkeys, all right? There's white folks that look like monkeys too. Shit. Oh my god. People get pissed off about that. It's like, I call my little boy, like when he's climbing around, what do I call him? Hey, you little monkey, chill out. It's a fucking word. Doesn't mean anything by it. No, my brother though. My brother's one of those people that's like there's a monkey that takes chills in like those they're in, I think it's the Himalayas or something like that. Big snowy areas, but they have hot like um oh good lord. What is the word I'm looking for? Not steam baths. Hot springs. Hot springs. What a weird thing to blank on, right? They have hot springs where these monkeys chill in the hot springs. They're like kind of like a beige kind of color with the little, pinkish face. And yeah, my brother kind of resembles those monkeys. So we're primates. It happens. Sometimes you look a little bit like an animal. Could be a dog. Fuck, I don't know. Stop being so sensitive. Fuck off. Gay monkeys, Sam Duty. Yes, yes, gay monkeys. Monkeypox. Seems the WHO, CDC, Bill Gates, WF all seem to work in tandem. Very odd. Must be coincidence. Must be coincidence, right? You a coincidence theorist? I don't like coincidence theories, guys. I don't like coincidence theories. Oh gosh, no, but they're trying it with bird flu, and they're trying to kill chickens. Interesting bit of information here. They've killed a whole lot of livestock for this shit, and they're using the inaccurate PCR tests. The creator of the fucking PCR tests stated you can adjust them to where they can detect anything you want. Anything you want. It isn't necessarily indicative of an infection. It's indicative of how sensitive you make the test, that it can pick up anything that you desire. Yes, 3 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and broke his head. Oh no. Hopefully he had health insurance. Hopefully not Obamacare. Oh, Fauci's been trying to make a pandemic happen for decades and decades. He finally got one to stick. Well, he was involved with the AIDS stuff too. I have a feeling, guys, if we did a real, if people actually looked into the whole AIDS thing with Fauci, I have a feeling that's there's some interesting stuff that might pop up if we actually had the information and it wasn't destroyed. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's insane. His role during the whole AIDS thing. It's insane that the left decided that he was the guy. He was their hero when a lot of people ended up suffering because of the actions of Fauci when it came to certain drugs and whatnot. Just saying. Just saying. Oh yeah, I know, Wendy. I know. I've heard that song. There was a little book that we had that I read to my girls whenever they were younger. That was the Three Little Monkeys thing, and it just went through the song, but it was in like a book form. So it was a good time. It was a good time. But yeah, guys, bird flu's the next one. Bird flu appears to be the next one that they want to push on us. They want us to bend over and take it. Well, I'm not doing it, and I know most of you guys won't either. I think most of us have decided that we're fed up with their bullshit, that we no longer have reverence for their white coats or their black robes, for that matter. We'll be talking about that later with the black robes. But now you've got people like Leanna Wynn, who is doing the propaganda thing. She's doing the propaganda thing, and she's doing it hard. She was on Face the Nation on CBS recently, and spouting the nonsense, spouting the propaganda, spouting the fear porn because that's what they freaking do. That's what they freaking do. Oh yeah, what 6 designs? What, you were supposed to be able to get that off of the counter? Parents sharing cereal. I mean, you could just pick that up after just holding. It could be on your hand and on a cereal box, and if you hand it to your child could get HIV, right? Right? Be afraid. Be very afraid. No, don't live your life in fear. Wash your hands. Take your vitamins. Eat well. Don't be disgusting. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Test the cows for bird flu to protect the unaffected taxpayers. Yeah, that's what she says. That's what she says. Here's the clip. We're going to pull it up. Talking about getting the tests out for the farmers. Guess what? The farmers, they're fine. My stepdad, 83 years old now, German Catholic. You cannot, that some bitch, he just can't, he just couldn't be taken down by an illness. He barely gets sick. There's only been literally in the time that I've known him, he has only gotten sick, like actually sick, like once or twice. And that's over the last, like 20, 25 years, something like that. Well, no, wait, I'm 34. Yeah. Well, 20. Yeah, 20 years. He don't get sick. Farmers, they're a different breed usually. So, let's pull it up though. Let's pull up this propagandist, and then we will listen to the Frog Prophet for a little bit. What's Leanna Wynn got to say here? Let's go with a 2-minute clip here, if it's exactly what I think it is.
What should be happening in the Biden administration right now that isn't going on?
Yeah, there are two main things that they should be doing in the days that they have left. The first is to get testing out there. I feel like we should have learned our lesson from COVID that just because we aren't testing.
I wonder if she learned her lesson from COVID with the whole masking thing and the fact that her fucking kid is now damaged as far as the speech disorder is concerned. Did she learn from that? Did she?
It doesn't mean that the virus isn't there. It just means that we aren't looking for it. We should be having rapid tests, home tests available to all farm workers, to their families.
No, we fucking shouldn't.
For the clinicians taking care of them so that we aren't waiting for public labs and CDC labs to tell us what's bird flu or not. And the second very important thing is this is not like the beginning of COVID where we were dealing with a new virus, we didn't have a vaccine. There actually is a vaccine developed already against H5N1. The Biden administration has contracted with manufacturers to make almost 5 million doses of the vaccine. However, they have not asked the FDA to authorize.
Winnie, some might say that birds are just little dinosaurs, but I say birds aren't real. Birds aren't real, guys. Now they are little dinosaurs, though.
The vaccine. There's research done on it. They could get this authorized now and also get the vaccine out and to farm workers and to vulnerable people. I think that's the right approach because we don't know what the Trump administration is going to be doing around bird flu. If they have people coming in with anti-vaccine stances, could they hold up vaccine authorization? If they don't want to know how much bird flu is out there, could they withhold testing? I mean, that's a possibility.
You should live in fear, guys. Clutch your pearls and live in fear. That's what you should do. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? Well, what if this? I mean, what if you stumble and, stub your toe and it gets infected and then you get gangrene and you end up getting sepsis? I mean, no.
And I think the Biden administration in the remaining days should get testing and vaccines widely available so that at least it empowers state and local health officials and clinicians to do the right thing for their patients.
Dr. Wen, is bird flu in humans super dangerous?
Well, the World Health Organization estimates that in prior outbreaks of the bird flu, that the mortality rate is 52%.
Bullshit. I absolutely do not believe that for one goddamn minute. 52%. No, you know what? That's almost as high as the death rate for people who take remdesivir.
52%. However, in this most recent outbreak, it seems that most cases have been mild, and maybe some people even have asymptomatic infection. But the question is, we don't know what happens when bird flu affects more vulnerable individuals. People infected so far in the US have been mainly farm workers who are working, presumably generally healthy, as opposed
Oh, what's one of the reasons that they might be a little bit more healthy? Because they're out in the sun, they're out in the fresh air, they're getting plenty of vitamin D because they are in the sun. Hmm. Maybe they eat a little bit better and they're not eating as much processed stuff because they get a lot of their food from their farm. Huh. Huh. We got to talk about that, Leanna Wynn. With it, seeing as her heritage has a lot of naturopathic medicine type of things, maybe, I mean, maybe. I guess just rebelling against your ancestors. She brings a great dishonor. All right, that's Japanese, and that was racist as fuck.
to what
It was a joke.
happens when you get to children, to pregnant women, to older individuals with chronic illnesses. We don't know how deadly, how dangerous bird flu is going to be for those individuals. And again, that's one more reason why we don't want it to spread and acquire more mutations.
Oh, more mutations, more mutations. Be scared, be afraid, be very afraid. That's what you should be right now. You should go ahead and just start wearing multiple masks, and you should wear the visors, and you should glove up, and you should go ahead and walk around in gowns because that's perfectly healthy and perfectly sane. Viruses are going to virus. One of the things you definitely don't want to do, you don't want to get the freaking flu shot, all right? You don't want to get that flu shot. It is not good for you. It's not good for you. It does bad things. To speak on that, let's listen to RFK Jr. He's got a little bit of information on that. And what exactly is a debate between he and Alan Dershowitz. I have perspectives on him. I don't trust him. Nope, just don't. I don't trust him. He's got some interesting perspectives, and he's a very smart man. Alan Dershowitz is very intelligent, and listening to his conversations is quite entertaining and stimulating. Not just intellectually. No, but yeah, I don't trust the guy. But let's listen to what RFK Jr. has to say about the flu shots, guys. Since it is that season, right? Let's see.
Million years, I would not take the flu shot. And I'll tell you why, because this is what Cochrane and BMJ have found. People who take the flu shot are protected against that strain of flu. They're 4.4 times more likely to get a non-flu infection. And you might find in a lot of...
I was literally talking with my mother-in-law about this yesterday. And, now, guess what? She just got the flu shot recently, and, now she has COVID. Amazing!
People do that. They get the flu shot, and then they get sick. They're usually not getting the flu. They're getting something that is indistinguishable from the flu because the flu shot gives you something called pathogenic priming. It injures your immune system so that you're more likely to get a non-flu viral upper respiratory infection. In fact, the Pentagon published a story, and you can cite this, it's by Wolfe, W-O-L-F-E, in January of this year, in which they said that the flu shot not only primes you for flu, but it primes you for coronavirus. They gave they had a placebo group and they had a vaccine group because they wanted for military readiness to see if the flu shot was prophylactic against coronavirus. What they found is actually the people who got the flu shot were 36% more likely to get coronavirus. And that's not a lone study.
Huh. Downright perplexing, isn't it? Isn't it, y'all?
We found 6 other major studies that say the same thing. If you get the flu shot, you're more likely to get coronavirus.
And they sure pushed the hell out of that, didn't they? They sure they put the flu shot and the COVID shot together. I don't know if they're mixing them, but they've been advertising them in tandem now. When you listen to the ads, get your flu and your COVID shot, guys. Just accept it. Just do it. It's part of it. Just do it to make things better. No, actually, the elderly don't do better. They don't. You may get some protection. If it's that strain, you may. But look at the negative effects of it. Even if you have protection from that particular strain of flu for that season, you're getting the other illnesses as well. They may not necessarily be flu, but they're very similar to flu and they make you feel pretty crappy because it weakens your freaking immune system. Pathogenic priming. I haven't done any research into what that exactly means, but it sounds smart. So I trust it. Not quite, not quite. Oh, yes, salt dumpster. Only whiskey shots, please and thank you. Indeed. Man, I need to get... this is sad. This is a sad bottle. This is a sad bottle. I actually made this last close to a year. Took it out to deer camp. Had one shot left after deer camp, so had that... actually had that on stream after old Legal Vices passed. That was my little tribute to the last shot of that. Old Jeff. I was listening to his son on a stream the other day. Sounds like a level-headed guy. Got his little bit of his dad's humor. It's pretty cool. But no, they're going to nuke us all. No. I don't want to get nuked. I'm in Missouri. We only have a couple sensitive targets here in Missouri. I believe some B-52 stealths are stationed over in southwest Missouri, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe like central western Missouri. Yeah, there is that. There is that. When you think, oh, we're away from the coast, we're fine. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Oh, damn. Wendy, you're deathly allergic to the flu shot, but they won't even tell us what's in the COVID one before they mandate it. Fuck all the way off. All the way off. Yes. Not partially, not some of the way off, all the way off. Yes, ma'am. I'm lucky to get so much of us as a slight cold. Never get sick. There you go. Six Designs, you're doing something right. You're doing something right, Six Design. By the way, guys, check out Six Design. I thought I was following you, but evidently I wasn't, so I gave you a follow earlier. Hopefully I'll have to start checking out your content. Saw you got some shorter videos, I believe. So, all the fucking way off. That's right. That's right. So, guys, let's go ahead and get into this clip here from AJ, the Frog Prophet. The death jabs only had 6 weeks of trial, something they would normally take 5 years to do. Well, that, and they also they have had patents on those shots for years. That's they didn't have the testing though, so they may have had it patented, but they didn't have the trials to demonstrate its efficacy. They lied about that. And one of the most recent ones, they just tested it on like 6 mice, not even human trials. Just tested it on mice. Yeah, sure, we're the same as rodents, right? That's what they think of you. That's what they think of you and I. We're just fucking rodents to them, guys. Yeah. Yeah, expand that out a little bit. That'll make you feel real good. It's just... And people that are gonna fucking just go along to fucking get along with this shit again. You disgust me. I'm sorry, you fucking disgust me. If you just go along and you accept it and you lap it up like kittens to warm milk again, you aren't very intelligent. You aren't. And I feel bad for you when bad things happen to you. I do. But also, I mean, maybe listen to the people around you that are screaming about it. Because maybe we actually know a little bit about what we're talking about. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Fuller has no medicine. Would someone please contribute to his Cash App or Venmo so he can get a new bottle get a new bottle of liquor? Thanks, Trish One. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I have some of this stuff over here, but I don't plan on drinking any of this tonight. It's just over there from the last stream. That stuff is so sweet. I mean, it's I'd rather have a little bit more bite, honestly, with my whiskey. That's definitely not moonshine. Although I guess some of the best moonshine just goes down real smooth, doesn't it? The Rockefellers taking over the medical industry long ago. Yeah, that and was it the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds that developed our? I think it was the Rockefellers that developed our school system, right? To make us factory workers, pretty much. Was that the Rothschilds or was that the Rockefellers? I think it was the Rockefellers that developed our current public school system, wasn't it? Like the ringing of the bell in between periods and stuff like that. Get you to be a good little factory worker from the get-go. Neurodivergent one. Good to see you, my friend. Smash that thumbs up. Smash it hard. Guys, in the old days, it used to be a plus sign. We affectionately referred to it as the Plussy. Plussy. Get your minds out of the gutters. It's still Christmas season, guys. Where's your spirit of Christmas? But you could pound that Plussy. You could smash the Plussy. You could wreck the Plussy. You can be gentle with the Plussy. Sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes it is. Now it's a thumbs up, though. And you know what? It's still a glorious thumbs up. It is still a glorious thumbs up. Therapy range. Good to see you, bud. Sorry I wasn't able to hop on yesterday. I was dealing with kids. It's winter break, and had to bring out the dad voice yesterday. A little bit too often. Oh man, it was something. It was a good talk he had going on there, though. Good talk, guys. Follow Therapy Range, by the way. Great content over there. He's got a Sunday stream where it's just kind of chill and talking about stuff and things and stuff. Kind of like what we do here. But he does a lot of gun content too. Really cool stuff. Was it there was a explosive in a turkey? I think he had shoved plastic explosives or something up a turkey's ass and shot it. That's my kind of video right there. It's good stuff. I appreciate that. I did see the Anderson manufacturing video that you had on posted on Truth the other day, and that's my AR is. Oh well, technically I guess it would be an AM because it's not Armalite. But yeah, that's my AR platform weapon over there is Anderson Manufacturing out of Kentucky. And I think you told me that you have a whole tour of their facility, if I'm not mistaken, Therapy Range. I got to check that out. Jesus Christ, Salt Dumpster. You read that as the Rapey Range. Yeah, therapy, the therapist, spread it out, the rapist. Oh no. Mental. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get into. You did get to have a tour of the facility. Hell yeah, man. I need to check that out. That'd be cool to know where my weapon came from. See its birthplace. I have not shot that gun in far too long. It's been like a couple months since I've shot that. I need to practice a little bit more with my tools for sure. I got a gun safe for Christmas. Makes me. I'm kind of torn though. I've got my half octagon gun cabinet that I built when I was a sophomore in high school, and I've had my guns in there for years. So I'm kind of torn as to whether or not I actually want to put my weapons in the gun safe. But I suppose it is a little bit more safe, a little bit safer to put them in the gun safe, and it's got the digital code and everything, and I could put documents and stuff in there, stuff that I want to keep protected. Excuse me. But it's a nice gun safe too. It's about as tall as I am, which isn't saying much to be honest, but still, it's a fairly large gun safe. All right, well, let's go ahead and pull up this clip here. Hey, we've had to. We started. Damn it! Played that clip from Leanna, and then the one with RFK Jr. We got into it. It was teasing. I'm easing you in. All right, we're warming you up, guys. Warming you up before we just slam you hard with the Frog Prophet. Speaking of, here it comes. Alex Jones with his perspective on this stuff, the bird flu. We will stop at times to commentate, but mostly we're going to let him riff. Got a lot of things to talk about. Let me tell you this bird flu thing. It's a bunch of bullshit, all right? Don't believe what they're telling you.
Globalist COVID tyrants are making their move again. But this time, the people of the world are awake and are standing up against it. The last 5 years of their criminal power grab has already blown up in their face, but they're so desperate, they have no other moves to make and are trying to run the same play again. This is going to be their Waterloo if we get the facts and raise the alarm to the people of the world now.
So many things can come out of this. I think the main points are we're ahead of any type of government narrative. This came out of a laboratory that all the
Thanks for sharing that link, by the way, Therapy Range, for the Anderson manufacturing tour. I got that up in my my tabs for later when I want to check that out. We might play it later. Who knows?
evidence points to that. It's being spread by migratory waterfowl. What happens from here, John, is very interesting. The migratory waterfowl, don't forget, are not being culled. So they're flying around. What's
C-dubs, if you had to take off, have a good evening, bud. Guys, I see 60 people watching the stream right now. If you have not smashed that like button, go ahead and give it a good thumping. Give it the people's elbow, if you must. Good times, good times. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to follow the channel if you haven't created a Rumble account yet. My goodness, what are you doing? Support this free speech platform. Support small creators like myself, and Therapy Range, and Six Designs, and many others. We have a good time here, guys. Rumble is a mostly free speech platform. Not perfect, nothing is, but it does decent. Smash the like, follow, comment, repost, all those good things. Back to the clip.
What's going to happen is invariably they're going to get natural immunity, which is very interesting. So if they get natural immunity, this thing could die off on its own. The second point is that the human cases haven't been too impressive. And unless we actually start to get really serious pulmonary cases in humans, the public's not going to be moved by this.
It's Monday, December 30th, 2024. We're only 22 days out from the inauguration of President Trump, and right on time, as we predicted, and as the bad guys began admitting a month ago, they are rolling out the official bird flu hysteria. Now, here's the good news. People are way more aware and awake than they were 5 years ago, the last time they rolled out this global disease X.
I think it depends on the person. I think some people were hypnotized further and further into a sleep. I think there are more people talking about general mistrust of our power establishment, though.
In the UN's own admission as a plan to set up their corporate world government and their cashless society attached to the vaccine.
Neurodivergent one, that's, you got me thinking of my clip that I did when I kicked the commie bunny, which he's no longer a commie. I fixed him. When I was wearing my MAGA shirt, I had a cape on for that. I need to bring that clip back.
Passport system for the social credit score. And just 2 weeks ago, they tried to pass the pandemic legislation in the big spending bill that mirrored the UN treaty that also failed this year to give them draconian powers for lockdowns, forced injections, forced masking, total liability protection for their poison shots. That failed. And they tried lockdowns last year, if you remember, but we got ahead of it, and Trump said they're doing this ahead of the election to try to steal it, so they're going to have mail-in ballots. There was major political, cultural pressure. They had to back off of that. But this time, they are coming in harder than ever. So if we expose the past fraud and the current fraud I'm about to lay out, we don't have just a very good chance of stopping this huge psyop. We will stop it, but this is meant to block not just the American awakening of populism and the Great Awakening, but the global Great Awakening. And the usual suspects are out there pushing the lies. We're about to break it all down right now.
We have some big picture stuff coming down the pike.
Cut your fucking hair, you goddamn troll of a human being, Peter Hotez. Ugh.
Starting on January 21st, Mr. Blue.
Or at least brush it, for God's sake. Mike, you don't have hair. Fucking take care of it, damn it. I know mine's a little bit crazy off to the sides here, but I blame the product that I put in it earlier.
Bloomberg
Can't tame the mane.
mentioned H5N1.
He looks like one of those troll dolls. Sad troll doll. I fucking hate this guy. He's a piece of shit. Seriously, though, he deserves every bit of negative karma that there is. Fuck this guy.
That I'm really worried about. It's all over wild birds on the western part of the United States and going up in the north. It's getting into the poultry.
You can see that they're monitoring more than 10,000 exposures, but they've only tested 530. What does that mean? That means we're not testing enough. And we know from other viruses that a lot of the spread
Oh, it's Scarf Lady. It's Burks. Fuck her, too.
can be asymptomatic.
Not literally, because she doesn't deserve the pleasure, but fuck her.
And I
Metaphorically.
think the Biden administration in the remaining days should get testing and vaccines widely available so that at least it empowers state and
Hey, I am comfortable with my masculinity. All right. You see that? You see that buck up there, that 8-point in the fish? That counteracts those stuffies over there. All right. Those are squishmallows. I have daughters.
local health officials and clinicians to do the right thing for their patients.
All that's going to come crashing down on January 21st on the Trump administration. We need a really, really good team to be able to handle this.
Deborah Birx, Lena Wynn, Peter Hotez, all the usual suspects right out of Fauci's operation are all over television telling us this new bird flu is here. It could mutate any minute and just destroy us all. But don't you worry. The Biden administration over the last year has spent hundreds of millions of dollars going out to all these different so-called vaccine makers, including Moderna, with an mRNA experimental gene therapy. And a whole bunch of other foreign countries are developing mRNA for the bird flu, and that they're going to have it ready for you. And now we have Birx and Wynn and all the usual suspects saying we need emergency authorization from the FDA right now for these stockpiles of so-called vaccines they've made. There's more than 10 different companies that I just looked up this morning that are doing it, to then rush these directly untested.
I ain't even gonna lie, Castro. That little wolf one, yeah, that keeps my shoulder from hurting because I had shoulder surgery on it back in 2019. And it's there and it makes my shoulder not hurt. So yeah, I use that little wolf one. I ain't even gonna, yeah. Might as well. Why not? It's there.
To the public when the mainline science on its face shows that if you don't have the exact mutation of whatever they say the bird flu is going to mutate into, the shot doesn't just not protect you, but it causes what they call a leaky vaccine or accelerated evolution or mutation. When you give people these different experimental shots, supposedly suppressing those viruses, it then makes them mutate faster. And we've got scientists and experts and researchers and doctors coming on throughout the week to be talking about that on my show. But you can just look up leaky vaccines for yourself. It's kind of a non-threatening name. Oh, it's just a leaky vaccine. No, it means it makes new mutations that are worse, which is what they're warning us the bird flu is about to do. This new H5, N1 and all the rest of this. So any basic science, any basic research of this shows you how crazy it is. We're about to lay out some of the history of these fearmongers, what they're doing now, and how we stop them.
My main concern is that we're not going to reach herd immunity because of vaccine hesitancy. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to believe who desperately want the vaccine right now. And they're thinking, oh, well, it's just a small percentage of people who are actually anti-vaxxers. And that's true. There is the anti-science, anti-vaxxer contingent. But I think that there are many more people, millions of people who, for whatever reason, have concerns about the vaccine, who just don't know what's in it for them. And we need to make it clear to them that the vaccine is the ticket back to pre-pandemic life. And the window to do that is really narrowing. I mean, you were mentioning, Chris, about how all these states are reopening. They're reopening at 100%. And we have a very narrow window to tie reopening policy to vaccination status. Because otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be? How are we going to incentivize people to actually get the vaccine? So that's why I think the CDC and the Biden administration needs to come out a lot bolder and say, if you're vaccinated, you can do all these things.
I knew these vaccines were not going to protect against infection, and I think we overplayed the vaccines.
So I am very worried that we just don't, we as a nation, we haven't made that commitment to really fully protect the American people.
We caught up with internationally recognized Dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor and co-director of the Texas Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development, Dr. Peter Hotez, who's traveling to get his take on the topic.
We have a likelihood that new pandemic threats, that people call them disease X, are going to be rising on a regular basis.
And Dr. Hotez says Disease X, the next pandemic, could hit hard whenever it arrives. Why do you think some experts are predicting the next pandemic will make COVID-19 look like a walk in the park?
I've written about this as well. I wrote for the Houston Chronicle a couple of months back that COVID-19 is just the warm-up act.
Take the seatbelt off. You don't deserve it.
The next pandemic may not be as severe, but it could be much more severe.
You cannot make the conclusion that the vaccine will do better than natural infection, although it can often do slightly better.
But I think that's, I mean, you're an expert. You were on the task force. You were part of this effort when you were in the previous administration. And you're saying in this administration that you can't rule out the fact that our government was lying to us when they told us the vaccinated could not get the virus.
I don't know about their discussions that they had in the task force. So I can't tell you that. I can tell you as a family member who had individuals that were susceptible, of course we got everybody vaccinated, but we still used layered protection during surges because I knew potentially the vaccine immunity would wane like natural immunity waned. And there was evidence that every 4 months reinfection was occurring in South Africa.
Wow. When the government told us that the vaccinated couldn't transmit it, was that a lie or was that a guess? Or is it the same answer?
I think it was hope that the vaccine would work in that way. And that's.
Oh, damn, Sarge. If you raided, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Not sure if the raid worked from the Sarge scale modeling, but I'm here from that. Well, thank you so much for coming over from Dear Sarge. Also, a wonderful person to check out. Good streams, good fun.
That's why I think scientists and public health leaders always have to be at the table, being very clear what we know and what we don't know.
This is important for the country to know. So when I asked the question, when the government told us that the vaccinated couldn't get it.
You bring up a good point. Awakened Outlaw, hope, and then Salt Dumpster follows up, hope is never a strategy. Awakened all day. I thought it was science. Yeah, because science has become their religion. Drop to your knees in reverence and recite the prayers. Trust the science, if it only saves one life. I'm doing this to protect others. Take the shot. Safe and effective. They made it religion, guys.
And I asked you if it was a guess or a lie. You said you don't know. You said you think it was hope. So what we do know is it wasn't the truth. So they were either guessing, lying, or hoping, and communicating that information to the citizens of this country.
I think they were hoping, but you should know in those original phase 3 trials that were done in this country that we only measured for symptomatic disease. So we weren't proactively testing everybody in those trials to see if they got infected with mild or asymptomatic disease. And so people had to present within the clinical trial. We never had the data that it was going to protect against asymptomatic infection.
I'm just struck with the irony. We got government agencies guessing, hoping, or lying with the information they're presenting to the American people. And this is the same administration that wants to set up the disinformation governance board and wants to talk about misinformation. And they're the biggest purveyors of misinformation, false information, hopeful information, but not accurate and true information.
Don't forget, this point's got to be made over and over again. Just 2 weeks ago, they tried in the big spending bill to add draconian civil emergency, martial law provisions for a new pandemic and tens of billions of dollars more to fund their operations. That failed.
It's funny how they just, try to make policy about the next big one. It's like they know something, right, guys? It's almost like they're, dare I say, implementing these pandemics. Maybe they're doing a little bit of gain of function research, maybe making it so that these viruses are a little bit more spreadable, transmissible. That's the word I was looking for, guys. That's the word I was looking for. It escaped me at the moment, but then it came back around because the hat, this protective device here. Just saying. My God, this is hot. It takes only a couple seconds and I'm already starting to get hot. We got to wear it later, though. It'll be on later.
Because the public is awake and because Trump supporters and Elon Musk and our listeners and others put pressure on them and shot down the legislation. The UN Global Treaty has failed. But they've come out and said, don't worry, a new pandemic's coming. Bill Gates, Hotez, all of them. And that will teach you to get in line and do what they say. What did Trump do last year when I raised the alarm and when this great audience of activists raised the alarm about them trying to roll out the mpox, the new monkeypox, the bird flu, and the rest of it? We said we've got to get ahead of this and expose it. Trump came out and said they're doing this so they can have mail-in ballots coming up the election. We exposed it. It failed. So we attacked the PCR test. It's a fraud. Notice Birx was on national TV saying we've got to have the PCR test. We've got to create the fear. We've got to go out and test people and claim it's jumped to humans. It's preposterous how obvious all of this is. And that's why I've said they've got to go to prison, not just for the millions that died from the poison shot, the millions that died around the world from lack of medical care, but so this same group of criminals can't do this again. The UN documents came out decades ago that they would use the threat of a pandemic to bring in world government and have it 6 feet apart and wearing masks and forced injections and quarantine centers. And they've built under UN auspices all these emergency pandemic camps around the world. This is their...
Yeah, when the camps came out, I can't believe that there wasn't more of an uproar. I mentioned the camps in Australia to one of my lefty buddies. He was a Bernie bro, and he just couldn't believe it. He just completely wrote it off, dismissed it. Kind of like whenever I told him that Bernie Sanders was against open borders in the past. Just said, man, you're ridiculous. I'm like, watch the fucking video, dude. Bernie Sanders called open borders a Koch brothers conspiracy to bring cheap labor into the United States. I thought we agreed on this. But no.
Their smokescreen for global totalitarianism to stop the global awakening. So we don't just call for saying no to this new hysteria and fear and stopping the new emergencies is declaring. We also demand prosecution of Fauci and the rest of them, and their whole house of cards will collapse. It's us or them.
After due process, public executions could really be a very, very, very effective way to keep them from doing this shit again. After due process, of course, guys. Make it pay-per-view. Make it pay-per-view. I guarantee you're going to make money off that shit.
We have some...
Maybe we could use the candles with Fauci's face on it, the Saint Fauci candles. Maybe we could use those fucking candles for him. After due process, of course, Fed boys, fuck off.
Big picture stuff coming down the pike starting on January 21st. Mr. Bloomberg mentioned H5N1. That I'm really worried about. It's all over wild birds on the western part of the United States and going up in the north. It's getting into the poultry. We're seeing sporadic human cases, no human-to-human transmission yet, but that could happen. It's in the cattle, it's in the milk, and that's just the beginning. We have another major coronavirus likely brewing in Asia. We've had SARS in 2002, SARS-2, COVID-19 in 2019. And we know these viruses are jumping from bats to people thousands of times a year, but there's still more. We know that we have a big problem with mosquito-transmitted viruses all along the Gulf Coast, where I am here in Texas. So we're expecting dengue and possibly Zika virus coming back, or a Puche virus, maybe even yellow fever. And there's more. Then we have all this sharp rise in vaccine preventable diseases going up.
Almost like they've got them fucking on deck, right? Almost like they've got them stored up and ready. This freaking troll of a human being, this slime ball, this disgusting, oily, nasty little cretin of a human being. I tell you what, guys. Peter Hotez coming out with his bullshit, talking about how they got this one on deck, or they got this next virus on deck. And January 20th, it all comes to a head on January 20th. What do you fucking know, buddy boy? What do you fucking know, Peter Hotez, you nasty little sack of shit? All the fucking bad things. All the bad things. After due process, of course. After due process, Fed boy's asshole. Fuck Peter Hotez right into the goddamn volcano. I fucking hate these people so goddamn much. These authoritarian, fucking disgusting bitches that are getting paid and paid and paid to keep Americans stupid, to keep Americans complacent and docile. Listen to Daddy Government. Daddy Government's here to protect you. You should listen to the science. Me and my stupid fucking bow tie. Fuck this guy so goddamn hard. I fucking hate that guy so much. All right. I got it out. Think I'm done now. All right. Back to this. We'll listen to more of this little fucker.
up because of, in part, the anti-vaccine activism that's so prominent right now. We have a five-fold rise in pertussis cases, whooping cough over the last year, 15 measles outbreaks this year.
Maybe it's because we have a bunch of people coming in from third world countries that don't have fucking good health care. Nah, some fucking third worlders. Maybe that's part of it, motherfucker.
We've got polio that's been in the wastewater in New York State. All that's going to come crashing down on January 21st on the Trump administration. We need a really, really good team to be able to handle this.
Vaccine-driven viral evolution, or the common term, leaky vaccine. That's the most important point. More important than the fact that the globalists admitted they'd use these viruses to take full control. Even more important than them being caught in all these previous lies and being total frauds, their own documents coming out, not just here, but around the world, health agencies coordinating to hype, fear, lie to the public, not treat people sick from other viruses so they die, to add to those death numbers. That's all key. But most important is the fact that you give people, during the big virus season, during winter, a bunch of experimental shots. It is on record that it causes not just the virus they're targeting, but many other coronaviruses, flu viruses, you name it, to be put under pressure in the body. And then that causes these dangerous mutations, which they're telling us is about to happen and make it jump into humans even easier. So why would you then have 10 companies in the US, dozens around the world, so many I can't even count them all coming out with their own bird flu shots, but having no idea what it's about to mutate into unless they already have it on the shelf at these bioweapon labs like EcoHealth Alliance and others, so that when the new variant shows up, don't worry, they've already got the so-called vaccine on the shelf. This is really important information. We've got scientists, doctors, researchers coming on today and throughout the week on my show. Follow us at Real Alex Jones as we break this down. But it's really important to attack the credibility of these people and to point out the science. Science is about asking questions, not about Fauci saying, I am the science. Don't ask questions. This is a globalist eugenics death cult led by Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab that wants to depopulate the earth and wants full control over our bodies. This is an existential threat to everyone, and these criminals must go down before they release the next manufactured virus.
What should be happening in the Biden administration right now that isn't going on?
Yeah, there are two main things that they should be doing in the days that they have left. The first is to get testing out there.
The days that they have left, just freaking try to burn shit down, wreck it all, just leave all the mines. They have set up a minefield for the next administration. It is actually kind of impressive. It's kind of impressive. Disheartening. Quite disheartening, but impressive nonetheless.
I feel like we should have learned our lesson from COVID that just because we aren't testing, it doesn't mean that the virus isn't there. It just means that we aren't looking for it. We should be having rapid tests, home tests available to all farm workers, to their families, for the clinicians taking care of them.
Neurodivergent one, I hope you're fucking right, man. I hope you're right. I had, I'm going to put that positive energy out. I'm going to put that positive energy out that people aren't going to go along to get along this next time. I'm going to put that positive energy out that people won't go along with the bullshit so easy this time. I hope you are right. I pray that you are right. Because I think it's evidence, guys. There's been so much evidence that shows how much they fucked us, how much they just bent us over the barrel and rammed it home when it came to the last go round with a fucking cold. She's on record actually saying that at least a third, I believe she's the one that said it, that there were up to a third or more of the COVID cases the deaths from COVID weren't actually from COVID. And, there for the longest, whenever you said, well, is it deaths with or from, you were just called a crazy conspiracy theorist. Get your tinfoil hat, right? Got it right here. But no, that was real. And then they start, when you say it 2 years prior, oh, you're a nutcase. But when they say it in 2 years from that time, well, they're the authority, guys. They know what they're talking about. We can believe them now, even though the other people were talking about it a couple of years ago. We were shouting about this shit, a few months into it. But no. Trust the science. Trust the science. All hail the white lab coats.
Them so that we aren't waiting for public labs and CDC labs to tell us what's bird flu or not. And the second very important thing is this is not like the beginning of COVID where we were dealing with a new virus, we didn't have a vaccine. There actually is a vaccine developed already against H5N1. The Biden administration has contracted with manufacturers to make almost 5 million doses of the vaccine. However, they have not asked the FDA to authorize the vaccine. There's research done on it. They could get this authorized now and also get the vaccine out and to farm workers and to vulnerable people. I think that's the right approach because we don't know what the Trump administration is going to be doing around bird flu. If they have
And the vast majority of people that died from COVID were in their 80s. It's like the flu for the elderly. Just about the same. And the flu did not fucking disappear. Don't care what they say. The flu did not disappear. They just called it COVID for a while. Some really interesting science as far as COVID is concerned. Very interesting stuff as far as it's concerned. Really, it's not even an actual specific virus as much as it is a set of symptoms. That's how they categorized it anyways. Real weird shit. It's a lot of first time stuff that they did. A lot of first time stuff that they did around COVID, guys. Change the definition of vaccine and everything.
People coming in with anti-vaccine stances, could they hold up vaccine authorization? If they don't want to know how much bird flu is out there, could they withhold testing? I mean, that's a possibility.
To me, the spring and the summer where we had all of the dairy cattle to farm worker exposure, we didn't have human flu circulating. So now we're entering a much more dangerous period, yet we're still not testing. And we should be providing tests free of charge to dairy farm workers so they can test enough.
So that you can get a bunch of false positives and get people all flared up and all scared, right?
Anonymously weekly, because they'll want to know if they have both cases of potential flus co-circulating in their own body to protect their families. People are very smart. I find the American public to be incredibly smart. If you tell them the risk and you give them the tools, they will utilize them to protect themselves and their family.
We told you that the globalists were going to launch a new pandemic, a new psychological warfare operation, a new hysteria. President Trump needs to get out ahead of this right now. He needs to expose these frauds. It is meant
to Free Castle? Good to see
kill
you.
The economy again. It is meant to take control of not just...
Guys, real quick, I see we have 60 people watching. If you could go ahead and smash that like button for me. Caress the like button. Lean in real close to the like button and whisper sweet nothings into its ear and nibble it. Give it good. If it's oh, don't do that. That is what Joe Biden does, guys. We don't want to be like creepy Uncle Joe Biden. But go ahead and hit that like button for me. Comment in the comments section. Repost this stream if you feel so inclined. All the things. All the things.
Just America's political policies, but the world's. This is the big move. Do you want the mask back on the kids? Do you want the lockdowns? Do you want them to have all these COVID centers around the world, not just filled with people they claim failed a PCR test, but political dissidents? That's the plan. Even Schmidt, the head of Alphabet, of Google, has come out and said he wants NATO and the UN to censor and arrest people during the next pandemic. He said that a few months ago at Stanford. They are gearing up. They are making their move. This is the big assault. This is their plan to derail the Great Awakening and continue their Great Reset. President Trump must come out and speak out against this now. But regardless of what he does, we have to come out and speak out about it right now and expose these criminals. Remember the horses running over people in Australia, Germany, Canada, who were out protesting the lockdowns. Remember all the tyranny. Remember the children cheering when they finally took the mask off. Remember the third world collapsing and tens of millions starving to death, not from the virus.
If that didn't break y'all's fucking hearts, when you saw the fucking videos of those kids cheering when they were told they weren't going to have to wear those masks anymore, if that didn't break your fucking heart, first of all, you don't got a soul. And second of all, I guess you're just brainwashed. If you thought that was something that should be celebrated and should be seen as acceptable, that we were in a situation where kids were at a point where they were so beaten down with that bull crap, that there were videos of kids celebrating and throwing their masks on the floor. We have damaged our children. Thankfully, the schools around here weren't that crazy about it. They had them on the bus whenever our kids still rode the bus. That fucking quit. But yeah, and I've already told my kids. They know. We're never doing that again. I don't care what it is. It's not happening. We'll homeschool.
Virus, but from the lockdowns from the virus. This is global government trying to take over our lives with the fear of a virus. Then their response are these poison shots that destroy our immune systems. This is globalist tyranny. This is phase 2 of their genocide. And we, the people in the information war with the truth, must rally with the facts and stop them now. It's us or them.
Should there be a federal mask mandate?
Yeah, at this point, there absolutely should be that mandate because we know that if all of us wear masks, we reduce the chance of transmitting or.
She knew she was not correct when she said that. This is blatant lying, blatant deception. And she ended up fucking her kid up for it. Good job, Leanna Wynn, Dr. Wynn. You screwed your kid's freaking speech up for the rest of his life, most likely. Oh, the speech therapists, they got a lot of fucking money off this shit, though, didn't they? Sucks that that's how it has to be.
Or acquiring COVID-19 by 5 times. There is a real danger when we politicize science. That public trust is broken when we are politicizing science instead of following scientific process. My kids are not eligible to be vaccinated. It's not that I don't want them to be vaccinated, it's that they can't be. And I do really worry. I mean, I have an almost 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. I cannot wait until they're eligible to receive the vaccine. I think until then, mask wearing for kids, especially if we are living in high transmission areas, is still going to be important. And what we really need to do at this point is to make vaccination the easy choice. It needs to be hard for people to remain unvaccinated. I mean,
you authoritarian cunt. You authoritarian fucking cunt.
We wouldn't imagine bringing together 20, 30 unvaccinated adults, putting them in a single room together the entire day and have.
I suggest that we, you know what, guys, real quick. I suggest that we propose a federal mask mandate for these individuals who, spread this crap and who are continuing to spread this crap now. The mask needs to be saran wrap, wrapped tightly around their fucking heads, over and over and over again. Yeah, we'll do that mask, guys. How about that mask for them? I think that's the mask they should wear. You know what? You got to protect it. You can't let anything in or out. You can't. You have to just completely seal it off, guys. Mask up. Mask up to protect everybody else from your fucking tyranny, your fucking tyrannical, authoritarian cuntiness. Nope. Whole bunch of nope, guys. Whole bunch of nope.
Them not wear masks. Why would we say that that's okay for our children? Travel and having the right to travel interstate, it's not a constitutional right as far as I know to board a plane. And so saying that if you want to stay unvaccinated, that's your choice. But if you want to travel, you better go get that vaccine. I agree that masks are a very powerful layer of protection, but it's one layer. And if we have so many other layers that are present, masking may be one that could go away. But we are nowhere near that yet. And I think what we really need to do is get the vaccines authorized for children as soon as that's possible. There is no evidence whatsoever for any other vaccine causing long-term consequences. We really should be a lot more worried about the virus and the short-term as well as long-term consequences on our children as opposed to the vaccine.
What is it? Those that would sacrifice freedom for safety deserve neither. I think it's the quote, something like that. Yeah.
Make sure that you're wearing a mask, even though it's outdoors. If there are lots of people packed around you, wearing a 3-ply surgical mask. Don't wear a cloth mask. Cloth masks are little more than facial decorations. There actually is a harm that we should be discussing of children continuing to mask. We should also be intellectually honest and say that masking has had a cost, especially for the youngest learners. So the risk.
Oh well, the transition as it happens, huh? When it happened to you, when it happened to your fucking kid, then you went ahead and talked about it, huh, you fucking bitch.
Benefit calculation has really changed. I'm the mom of 2 little kids under 5. I can't wait until they are vaccinated. But I would wait until we find that the vaccines are safe and effective. And I'm not sure that we can say that at the moment because we just don't have the data. But I also think that other parents would want to wait until we know that 3 doses will produce the intended effect. I'm not saying, I don't think anyone really is saying that no one should ever wear masks, but rather that the responsibility should shift from a government mandate imposed from the
Rather, I hate the way she said rather. Just for that, fuck her. Dumb bitch.
state or the local district of the school. Rather, it should shift to an individual responsibility by the family.
The Oscar winners give a press conference and how to buy a sailboat.
I guess my feeling at this point in time is maybe we need to be completely a little bit more scary for the public.
Especially with the Delta variant, which is the hardiest and most contagious variant we've seen to date.
It's also pretty fucking weak. Not as weak as Omicron, but the more a virus mutates, usually it gets weaker because it wants to stay around a population longer, right? That's the way that evolution usually works in a virus. It doesn't want to kill all its hosts because then it dies, right?
We need all the protection that we can get. That's why the vaccines are so effective.
This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
We've got to get them vaccinated, and hopefully they will do it willingly.
I think we really need to make it clear that there are privileges associated with being an American.
God damn, her ancestry is just shining through with that authoritarian approach. You know what? She's lucky she made it. Isn't she? God damn, maybe not so much for us.
We have to be more blunt, we have to be more forceful.
If you do not want to get vaccinated, you can work from home. You can homeschool your children. You can shop online. So where is this coming from? People saying, I'm now being forced to be vaccinated.
If you want to travel, you better go get that vaccine.
You should be wearing masks even when you are vaccinated if you are indoors.
If you wish to have these privileges, you need to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Don't let people forget that this is what happened. This propaganda was perpetuated consistently. Do not let people forget this shit. Don't memory hole this, and don't let them tell you that it wasn't as dystopian as it actually was, because this was truly dystopian.
I have to say something coming out, you don't get vaccinated, you're going to die. I mean, let's just be really blunt to these people.
Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated.
You've always thought you couldn't wear press-on nails because of all the active things you do? Pre-colored in 7 luscious hues. Just...
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep. These signals being sent through...
There is a war on for your mind. Our signal has reached more than 2 billion people. But the enemy is now aware of the fact that we've broken through and are moving to block us on every front. The only way you're going to be able to see our videos and articles is to visit Infowars.com itself and hand share the videos and articles to everyone you know. The signal is getting through and is exposing and defeating the globalist when we're able to get it through. But they're admittedly expanding their operations to suppress us, so only you can boost the signal. Only you can defeat the globalist. We're in this together. I salute you for your work, and I ask all of you to redouble your efforts.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are resistance.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have got a massive...
All right, that's probably all we got for that. Now we've got his shilling of his supplements. If you want to check it out, the AlexJonesStore.com. Check it out if you want some good supplements. I've heard they're decent. I haven't actually tried them, but some extra masculinity. Grow a little bit more hair on your chest. Even for the ladies, I suppose. It's 2024. Why not? No, let's not. He's got good stuff for everybody there, from what I understand. So yeah, guys, bird flu. It's the next one. Don't let them memory hole what they did to us. Don't let your friends and family forget. Don't let your friends and family tell you that you're overreacting when they start doing this shit again. Remind them. Bring up the clips if you must. Do it at holiday gatherings. I don't give a fuck. These people need to be told that they were fucking retarded, and they need to be told that they are being retarded again if they are giving into this shit again. They must be corrected. They must be. Meet that shit head on when it comes your way. Don't just fucking take it quietly and walk on by. I don't give a fuck if it ends. I'm at the point with me. Okay, I'm not telling you have to end relationships with people. I'm not. Because I'm not. You don't have to do that. But I'm at the point where I'm going to tell people when they're fucking wrong, when they spout bullshit about this stuff, when they spout bullshit about Certification Day 2021. I'm going to correct you when you are wrong. You need to be informed. If you are saying stuff like, Trump supporters killed a bunch of cops on Certification Day 2021, that's an absolute fucking lie. And it needs to be corrected. When they try to say that, oh, nobody was forced to take a shot, nobody was forced to do this, when they literally were putting people in camps, guys. Thought that was the Nazis, huh? Thought that was just the Nazis that put people in camps, right? God damn, they almost had a fucking train heading to those camps, didn't they? Don't give in, guys. Do not comply. Push back. Tell them to fuck off. I've usually been the one that says, we need more people to politely stand up and go, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm all right. You can do you. No, thank you, though. I'm going to do me. Honestly, at this point, tell them to fuck off. That's what I'm going to do. You tell me to do that shit, I'm going to tell you straight to your face. You can go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, and I'm not going to have my family do it, and I'm going to be the role model for my family as far as that's concerned, and to the people around me. That right there, got to let them know if they don't know. And there are people who are truly ignorant. There are people that might be truly ignorant and might, be brainwashed enough to actually buy some of this crap. Help them break out of it if you can. And there are ways to do that, guys. There are ways to break people out of their slumber. Sometimes it's just a gentle suggestion in conversation. Throw in the little feelers out there to get them to kind of think a little bit. Talk about, oh wow, man, did those shots actually keep anybody from getting the illness? No, they didn't. Oh damn, well, I thought they said that they were supposed to do that, right? Didn't they say that if you took the shot, you wouldn't get COVID? You wouldn't be able to spread it to other people? Well, that wasn't true. Well, dang, wonder what that was about, huh? Man, that's interesting, isn't it? Just get people thinking. Maybe don't necessarily. It depends on the person that you're talking to. Some people fuck off. Other people gently persuade. Because they can come around to it. They can come around to it. It depends on the person. Most of the people, these people that we were just talking about, those people, I'm saying, fuck off. To the people who would tell you that you don't care about Granny because you didn't want to get the shot, or because you didn't want a mask, those people can fuck off. When you're met with that stuff, I am past being polite. For the people who are actually trying to have a conversation and trying to maybe learn or trying to be open to a little bit, well, those people are worth a conversation. If they're not, though, then they're not. The willfully ignorant. The ones that literally will plug their fucking ears and walk away and not entertain the conversation. Fuck them too. Willful ignorance is disgusting. Just disgusting to me. I have no tolerance for that. Because if you don't know, then and you assert truth, then you are displaying cult mentality. You are displaying faith. Almost a religion. We got to push back, guys. We got to push back hard next time because they're going to try it again. They do it. They do this in waves. They'll come up, they'll go real hard, and then when enough people push back and get loud, they back off for a little bit. And then they let you get comfortable, get complacent, things are back to normal, and then bam, they get right back at you. We have to put a stop to it. And that's usually really the way that it can be done is with just conversations, with enough people just talking to each other and insinuating that maybe we don't just trust blindly those in positions of authority. Deference to authority is something that particular populations have been prone to. And we got to be able to snap them out of it. We got to be able to snap them out of it. There's a way. There is a way. Lots of glossers around these days. They never apologize for being douchebags with all the mandates. They just pretend it never happened. My God, they do. They absolutely do. And those people can just eat shit. Maybe it's because they feel bad. Maybe it's because they actually that's their way of trying to protect themselves from acknowledging how shitty they were. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I try to be empathetic. I do. But at a certain point, my give a fuck runs out. My fucks have all run dry. I tried to go to the store to buy some fucks, and they were all sold out. That's a fun song. I didn't have the lyrics right at all. I have no fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's how it starts. That's a great song. We might have to play that later. Trust the government, though, guys. Trust the government. Daddy government's here to protect you and keep you safe all the time. All the time. Don't you ever question the government. It's not like they would do anything to make people sick, to make people fat and lazy and docile. Not like they would manipulate our food to do that, or put stuff in our water to do that, or, I don't know, put stuff in the air. I don't know what this stuff is about the fog. I didn't really think, I thought about making it a segment of the show today, but I didn't really, I don't know. One of the videos is just a woman with a high-powered spotlight, and she's looking at the particles in the air. Well, if you've been in the country, you shine a spotlight, and there's a bunch of stuff floating around in the air. We just never notice it. I mean, your lungs work as a filter, but some of the stuff that I've seen, like the fog, it's not snow, but it looks like snow, and it's like heavy particles floating through the air, and I'm just like, and apparently people are noticing issues from it. I don't know. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Sarge says, stand your ground. The military, they call that probing. The enemy trying to get you to show your tactics. Then once they learn them, the enemy exploits them. Yep. Absolutely. Good points. Good points. Speaking of the government not hurting people, not gaslighting, not making them ill. Our next topic, guys, that we're going to discuss is about Havana syndrome. But before we do that, guys, if you haven't checked out Truth Social, that is our second sponsor of the evening. I myself do have a Truth Social. It's Billdozer74, just like over there on X at on X it's at Billdozer74 __, but over there on Truth Social, it's just Billdozer74. Guys, if you are looking for a great place online for news, discussion, and entertainment, then check out Truth Social, Donald Trump's social media website. You'll get breaking news stories and commentary from top media figures. If you want to see Trump's legendary Truth Social posts, then get on Truth Social today. Join a growing community of patriots on a free speech platform designed to avoid censorship and cancellation by big tech. Make your voice heard. Join the movement. Join Truth Social. It's getting better, actually. I've noticed I'm up to what is it, 1,340 something followers over there on Truth. I was there in the early days of Truth. I just didn't get much of a following, to be honest. I mean, there's not as many there, but I also didn't jump on those the whole truth train thing that was going on there at the start. I looked at that and I was like, it sounds a little bit psyopy. I don't know if I want my it put you all on a really easy to find list. So I didn't I kind of was skeptical of that whole truth train thing. But yeah, Truth Social. It's a fun place. Good reach there. people having conversations and talking. They have messages there now, so give it a look. True Social. It's worth checking out. But we are going to go ahead and roll into this next one here. Havana syndrome, guys. Havana syndrome. Started, I believe, Salt Dumpster actually suggested an article months ago where we dove deep into Havana syndrome. In the directed energy weapons being utilized against military intel. Some people feel like they're being microwaved, which is terrifying, honestly. I've heard of cases in like when China and India are going back and forth because they don't like each other very much. They have like a microwave beam that they can use that'll essentially like fry your brain. It's not very nice. It's not very nice, but it's something that, like I said earlier, guys, the human brain mind is open to influence from different frequencies and different energies, and it can mess you up. It can mess you up quite a bit. Tried to get on True Social and just can't get on there. Trish, you might have to try a different email. Sometimes whenever you're having issues logging onto a site, if you're using the same email, it might be just because your email. It might not like your email. I don't know. That sucks though, Trish. Sorry to hear that. You guys should follow a Therapy Range over there on True Social as well. Great stuff. But yeah, Havana syndrome, guys. Directed energy weapons influencing people's brains, causing all kinds of health issues. They acted like it wasn't a thing for the longest, our government. And it sounds like they might be trying to blame it on foreign entities. I think our government probably has a lot more to do with it than they're letting on. That's just my instinct. My instinct is to distrust our government. That's just my default. When they start coming out and saying stuff, I automatically am skeptical. Doesn't mean that it can't partially be true, but that's the thing. They'll put some stuff out there that's partially true or mostly true or kind of true, while they sprinkle in some bullshit to snow you. But Catherine Herridge, she's got a piece, explosive expose from a whistleblower from within the CIA. So that right there, automatically within the CIA. Once an asset, always an asset. It's one of the reasons I kind of look at Jack Posobiec every now and then and question him. Once part of the intel apparatus, you're kind of there. And they wouldn't let you talk unless they wanted you to. Just saying that. They demand them on camera. Demo them on camera. Yeah. Yeah, they did, Sanglant. Some messed up stuff. Some messed up stuff. And the thing is that the stuff that they admit to having, they're already like 20 or 30 years ahead of what they're admitting to. Just keep that in mind. Any stuff that you see, any of the craft that you see, any of the weapons that you see, that's just what we know about. Think all the stuff that we don't know about. Because that's a thing. That's a thing. Let's go ahead and share this clip here from Catherine Herridge. She's got some decent reporting, but also you gotta take things with a grain of salt and be a little bit skeptical of the things that are being said here. Breaking. A CIA whistleblower comes forward. Former intelligence officer claims career-ending injuries caused by foreign-directed energy weapons. The foreign thing, I don't know. Maybe. Leaked Defense Department letter acknowledges injuries and experiences are real. It's a cover-up. It should be terrifying for all Americans. Government gaslighting. Oh, look at that. She's got it time-stamped. We've got a 14-minute clip here. Let's go ahead and make it bigger. And let's listen.
Attacked. Yes. You were attacked by an energy weapon.
Yes, a directed energy weapon.
The intelligence community has attempted to thwart congressional investigative efforts to uncover the truth at every turn. I mean, that sounds like a government cover-up.
It's a cover-up, and it's terrifying, and it should be terrifying to all Americans.
The new congressional report found it appears increasingly likely that a foreign adversary is behind these injuries. Vertigo.
Yes.
Eye tracking issues.
Yes.
Traumatic brain injuries.
Yes.
Did the CIA gaslight you?
Me and every other age I've done. It was designed to make us think ourselves are crazy and question our own injuries.
Is it reasonable to think?
What's up, Channel 2 Action News? Guys, give Channel 2 Action News a follow if you can. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Dozer Den. Don't forget to smash that like button, everybody. I felt that it was appropriate, since we're talking about directed energy weapons and the damage it can have on your brain. I felt it was appropriate to bring out the good old aluminum foil hat. Here we go. Here we go.
That the intelligence community doesn't want to acknowledge a foreign adversary.
Yes.
This Defense Department letter is significant.
Yes.
We believe your experiences are real. What explains this disconnect? We have a Defense Department letter, and yet the intelligence community, the CIA, says there's nothing to see here.
The brave people of the Department of Defense willing to stand up to the CIA. If they're politicizing this, what else are they? Not telling the president. And that's scary.
Damn. Channel 2 Action News with a $20 Rumble rant turning the chat purple. Thank you so much for your donation for Wendy Wild and Otter Aliens. There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, bud. Glad to see you, man. Glad to see you. Thank you for your donation to the Dozer Den. Help us grow the Dozer Den so that we can welcome more killdozers into the Komatsu army. Metaphorical army, not a literal army. Yet. Just kidding, Fed Boys. Just kidding. Thank you so much for the donation. I sincerely appreciate you. Indeed.
Intelligence community has attempted to thwart congressional investigative efforts to uncover the truth at every turn. I mean, that sounds like a government cover-up.
It's a cover-up, and it's terrifying, and it should be terrifying to all Americans.
Now requiring the aid of a service dog, just a few years ago, this retired CIA officer handled national security missions, which remain classified to this day.
At that time, what was your portfolio?
I am not at liberty to share that.
Alice, an alias, is speaking out for the first time about debilitating
At this point, why not just go ahead and roast it all? What do you mean you're not at liberty to say? Go ahead and fucking say it.
injuries reported among hundreds of U.S. government personnel.
The new congressional report found that it appears increasingly like
that Woodford Reserve is like a 45 bottle of liquor. It's the most I've spent on a bottle of alcohol. I'm not gonna lie. It's good stuff though. It's good stuff, and I'm keeping this dang bottle. I love this cork. Let's just real quick. Put a little ASMR for you, huh? Oh, did you guys hear that cork pop? Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it?
that a foreign adversary is behind these injuries. Your reaction?
Thank God they're saying it. Thank God they were brave enough to stand up to the CIA.
The Republican House.
What's up, Retsnom? I don't think I've seen you in the chat in a while. Thanks for joining. Much appreciated. All right.
This report accuses the intelligence community leadership, the CIA, and the Director of National Intelligence of shaping a politically palatable conclusion.
If they're politicizing this, what else are they? Not telling the president. And that's scary. That's where it becomes like more real.
A decade ago, this
Dirk, are you still watching Leanna win? I think you might be a little bit behind where we're at.
national security memo confirmed intelligence about a high-powered microwave system.
Well, he wouldn't be able to respond to me then, would he?
Weapon that may have the ability to weaken, intimidate, or kill an enemy over time. Nicknamed Havana syndrome after a cluster of cases in Cuba, the mysterious cognitive and neurological symptoms strike diplomatic, intelligence, and military personnel.
You were attacked.
Yes.
You were attacked by an energy weapon.
Yes, a directed energy weapon. My ear started hurting. I started having vertigo. The room was spinning. My head started pulsing. Like it hurt so badly. And I had a ton of pain in my left ear. And my ears started ringing. And I thought I was going to pass out.
The official name is Anomalous Health Incidents, or AHIs. The recent congressional report found they
The government loves our acronyms. We love our acronyms, guys.
have been reported domestically as well as abroad, including Austria, China, Colombia, Georgia, Germany, India, Poland, Russia, and Vietnam.
I was serving in Africa and I experienced an anomalous health incident in my home on a Saturday night. And I heard a weird noise. It was a really weird sound that I'll never forget it. And after about a second or two, I felt it in my feet, kind of like the reverb from a speaker.
So you're feeling a so you're
Like I heard a noise, a weird noise, and then I felt it.
So what do you think the weapon?
C-Dubs, I'm not sure if you were trying to make a chat there, but I see you popped up in the chat. Thanks for your contribution, whatever it may have been.
Looks like.
I think that there are probably multiple weapons. I think there are weapons that can be fit in backpacks, ones that can be fit in the trunks of cars, ones that can be planted at a position with line of sight to people from across the street.
Based on our investigative reporting, many victims were assigned portfolios linked to Russian interests, from cybersecurity to election interference and disinformation. Others had specialized language.
I'm not saying it couldn't be the Russians, guys, or the Chinese. I'm not saying it couldn't be. But we have to remember that it's quite a few times that our own government has fucked with our own citizens. And, you know, just saying.
Skills.
This government record says that you have a traumatic brain injury.
I believe the Russian GRU came to my house late at night and took me off the battlefield.
Russian intelligence.
Yes.
Alice's injuries are so debilitating, she needed multiple breaks during our interview. At times, she wore dark glasses to blunt the studio lights.
Let's talk about the symptoms.
Why didn't you turn the lights down then? Maybe turn a lamp on. But that's weird.
You've experienced ringing in the ears.
Yes.
Vertigo.
Yes.
Head and ear pressure.
Yes.
Eye tracking issues.
Yes.
Cognitive difficulties.
Yes.
Traumatic brain injury.
Yes.
Taken all together, is it a struggle every day?
Yes. I never thought I'd be retired in my 40s.
Medically retired?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your old self died the day of the attack?
A little bit, you know. I was paid for my brain. I was paid for my ability to write well and to write for the president. I was paid to meet with foreigners and to get information that would help advance U.S. security objectives. And I can't do that anymore the way I used to. And it's really, that's one of the hardest parts.
That's what I'm saying. Like this very easily could be a sacrificial lamb who was literally hit with these weapons. I got the hat on. Might as well. Who's to say that this bitch wasn't actually voluntary, a voluntary tribute, so that they could push the Russia did it narrative? I'm just going to go ahead and call it out. I think if we do a little bit more digging into this individual, being that she is literally CIA, we might find some interesting stuff. I'm just saying, take things that she's saying with a large grain of salt when she starts trying to put it on other countries. I'm just saying. What's up, Duck Fat? Good to see you. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show thus far. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to all the topics tonight, partially because I have an early morning and I'm getting a little tired, a little sleepy here. And Lady Dozer has to go to sleep at some point. She gets a little bit grumpy every now and then.
As cases spiked in 2021, the same year Alice says she was attacked, multiple sources told us CIA Director Burns said privately that it was his personal belief Russia was behind some of the attacks.
Because the CIA doesn't do anything to the American people, does it? It's just international, right? It's just other countries. Yeah.
CIA Director Burns.
God damn.
Based on your experience.
Fucking damn. CH2, Channel 2 Action News. Thank you so much. Another $20 Rumble rant for Otterbucks. Otter's in the chat, y'all. Otter's in the chat. What a Chadley donation. What a Chadley donation. Good sir or madam. I assume sir, but how dare I assume your gender? Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate the support. It means so much that you guys would take time to and be willing to support this channel. Very much appreciated.
Experience tried to do the right thing.
I think he's a really good person at his core. I think he was being honest when he said he thought it was Russia. You know, he is a Russia expert. He was the US ambassador there. I mean, I think that it's a sign of like how political this is that even he fell in line.
While experts uncovered evidence suggesting a weapon, in 2023, the intelligence community took a controversial position that it's very unlikely a foreign adversary
Channel 2 says, it's ma'am.
is responsible.
If I had received the finished paper on my desk as a team chief, I would have sent it back to the analysts and said, you have to start over again. It didn't meet any of our most basic tradecraft standards.
Was the 2023 report a slap in the face?
Completely.
Was it demoralizing?
Yes.
Humiliating?
Yes.
Was it a betrayal after you pledged to serve your country?
Yes. I miss my colleagues and I miss the work every single day. It was really tough work.
But you love the work. Merriam-Webster defines gaslighting as psychological manipulation that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts. Did the CIA gaslight you?
Me and every other.
So like this, okay, so like now they're talking about the gaslighting from the CIA. So like it's a mixed bag with this interview. It first of all, it's the Russians, and then now, okay, we're going to talk bad about the CIA. So I just don't know, guys. I just don't know. It's CW, mein Führer. Oh Lord.
Or HIV victim.
Was the CIA gaslighting designed to hurt you?
It was designed to make us think ourselves are crazy and to like question our own injuries.
Did you expect more from the CIA?
100%. We swore this oath, and every day I watch them continue to deny people's humanity and their injuries.
Is it reasonable to think that the intelligence community doesn't want to acknowledge a foreign adversary?
Yes.
Because then they would have to do something.
Yes. And it's complicated with Russia, right? One theory we bet around is it possible that's Russia and China? Is it possible that, you know, one country created it, sold it, or gave it to another country?
While the CIA still questions the cause, the Labor Department does accept Alice's traumatic brain injury as a work injury. Alice qualifies for limited compensation through a law called the Havana Act.
It is a
Jesus Christ, they call it the Havana Act? Really? What the fuck was that acronym?
Job to try.
Qualifies for limited.
Helping American victims afflicted by neurological attacks? What the? Y'all are cute. That's fucking cute. Bastards.
Compensation through a law called the Havana Act.
It is a full-time job to try to get medical treatment and is another full-time job to try to handle the bureaucracy of trying to access benefits. I've gotten over $100,000 in like out of pocket for this.
$100,000?
Because none of these places take health insurance. And if they're experimental, which we need, the reality is a normal physician cannot help us. This is different. AHIs are much more complicated, and we're basically like ticking time bombs, Catherine. You know, I've already started having to go to funerals. Friends of mine. I mean, my friend that was with me the day I got my dog has already passed away. A fellow AHI survivor of a rare form of cancer. I have friends in nursing homes. I have friends with dementia and Parkinson's. In some ways, you know, people have a heart attack. And if you don't die of it, we know how to fix a heart attack. We don't know how to fix this.
According to these heavily redacted government records, after Alice was medically retired, the CIA pulled her security clearance, citing psychological conditions.
It sounds like retaliation.
Yes, my lawyers also believed that as well.
Did CIA treat women officers differently.
Yes.
I've done some reporting.
Maybe the CIA is retaliating against her because they don't want people to actually look into this, because they will end up seeing that it wasn't necessarily the Russians or the Chinese, but it was actually them. I don't know. Maybe they were provided the weapons by certain countries, or our country. Maybe, who knows? I don't know.
Where I've heard complaints that female officers were told, do you think you're having problems because of your hormones?
Yes. Yes. It's like we're in the 1950s. Pregnant, they brought up, could you be pregnant? Are you upset because you're not pregnant? Is it hormones? Is it menopause? Is it perimenopause? Do you have an anxiety disorder?
Were any of the men asked if their hormones were to blame for their
I know
symptoms?
of. Not that I'm aware of. I'm not saying that men have been treated well, but nothing to the extent there hasn't been a systemic.
Were of your do you think I've done some reporting where I've heard complaints that female officers were told, do you think you're having problems because of your hormones?
Yes. Yes. It's like we're in the 1950s. Pregnant, they brought up, could you be pregnant? Are you upset because you're not pregnant? Is it hormones? Is it menopause? Is it perimenopause? Do you have an anxiety disorder?
Were any of the men asked if their hormones were to blame for their
I know
symptoms?
of. Not that I'm aware of. I'm not saying that men have been treated well, but nothing to the extent there hasn't been a systemic action against.
Here's the thing: whenever it comes to the government taking accountability for an injury to someone who is working on their dime, they're going to find doctors to question and look at every other possible instance, every other possible thing that could have been a cause, and they're going to try to blame it on that over their own negligence, over their own actions. So calm down, honey. It's not just because you're ovaries. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you goddamn retarded bitch. God. Okay, the men that were affected by this. Oh, it's not that the men weren't treated horribly, but I mean, not to the extent, oh, they were just disregarded like that. Shut the fuck up. Saying shit like that makes me disregard you, you fucking dumb cunt. Ooh, I'm a woman. It's because I'm a woman that they don't fucking trust me. That makes me automatically go ahead and say that you're not worth fucking paying attention to. Oh, it's because I'm a woman that you didn't fucking listen to me. Okay, now I don't want to listen to you because you're a fucking whiny bitch. Shut the fuck up. Nut up, honey.
Against them.
After recent government studies found no medical explanation for their symptoms, a senior military official sent this letter obtained by our investigative team that validates their experiences and reaffirms a commitment to.
So it says, let me first assure you, I hear you. The Secretary's AHI cross-functional team, CFT, hears you, and the Department of Defense hears you, and we will continue to consider your perspectives and concerns as part of our ongoing efforts with our key partners. I also want to unequivocally state we believe your experiences are real, and we are unwaveringly committed to continue to provide quality care for you and those who are eligible.
To identify the cause.
This Defense Department letter is significant. Yes. It states, we believe your experiences are real, and we are unwaveringly committed to continue to provide quality care for you and those who are eligible.
The Department of Defense believes us and has actually gone to bat for those of us from across the U.S. government. I would not be getting care if it wasn't for senior DoD leadership.
What explains this disconnect? We have a Defense Department letter that says, we believe you, and yet the intelligence community, the CIA, says there's nothing to see here.
The brave people of the Department of Defense that have worked on this issue and were willing to stand up to the CIA.
Is it fair to assess that the CIA, the intelligence community's motivation, is that this story is bad for recruitment? This story is bad for retention.
This is true. I don't know if that's why they're doing it, but this is terrible for recruitment and retention.
After so many years of quiet advocacy, why come forward now?
Because the CIA is betraying, and not just betraying, but like making friends of mine and my life a living hell. I want them to stop denying what is happening to us.
So it sounds like she might be legit. She just might be still believing that there's some sense of integrity in the system, and it just made her balk so much with all how she's being treated that she's going to go ahead and talk out against it. Maybe, maybe, but I still think that she's being shined. If she's not intentionally misleading, I think she's shining, um, hmm, uh, trying to mislead the public based on what she's been told.
And so there can be opportunities to collect the information that we need so that we can prevent this from happening to more people.
Will a Trump Vance administration make a change?
I really hope so.
What would the change look like?
I'm not sure, the phrase cleaning up the swamp, is thrown around.
Oh shit! All right. She said the words. She might be slowly coming around to MAGA.
Around
That also could be a dog whistle.
a lot in DC, but at the bare minimum, I do not believe that those people that were involved in the earlier report should be allowed to touch this. I think they need to actually recuse themselves or should be replaced.
You know what the CIA is going to say. We're so sorry some of these former employees are struggling, but we don't see that there's any there.
They're also going to say that we take every reported case seriously and we're committed to taking care of our people. And that's what hurts so much. Because they're not.
Oh, okay, so we have some text on the screen for those who may be listening. I see you, JJR. In response to nearly a dozen questions, a CIA spokesperson said the agency has a profound obligation to care for its people, and the intelligence community findings do not call into question the experiences and real health issues that U.S. government personnel and their family members, including CIA's own officers, have reported while serving our country. The CIA spokesperson said the agency has not revoked security clearances because of AHI reporting. Asked about CIA Director Burns, who said privately in 2021 that it was his personal belief Russia was behind some AHIs, the spokesperson provided a separate statement. What's up, TV Green? Good to see you, bud. As he has said, our analyst's job is not to validate his assumptions, but to ensure an intensive and professional effort to get as close to ground truth as we can. A spokesperson for the nation's top intelligence official, the Director of National Intelligence, strongly disagreed with the House committee report, stating their analysis relied on sound intelligence tradecraft, and the assertion that we are withholding information is unfounded. Oh no, they would never withhold information from the American people, right? Okay, after watching how she kind of went at the CIA and like her body language, I don't think she was a willing participant to be a sacrificial lamb. I think that's probably, that's out of the tinfoil hat in my opinion. I think she probably was affected by it and she believes that it was the Russians because they told her it was the Russians, and she's being a willful I don't want to say willful idiot because that's just mean. Because she sounds like she's actually suffering a little bit, but a pawn, if you will, in this instance. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. This is just speculation, complete speculation, and me little bit of pontificating going on here with this. But asked if the National Security Agency had intelligence that cast doubt on intelligence community findings, that it was unlikely a foreign adversary was responsible. A spokesperson said, "We have nothing to give you on this topic." See, I can neither confirm nor deny. That's what that is. A DoD spokesperson for the Joint Staff said Brigadier General O'Haran did not dispute the authenticity of the March 2024 letter obtained by our team, and he stands behind its contents. Well, that was definitely interesting. That was definitely interesting, in my opinion. I think that was worth watching. I think that was worth watching. My God, this tinfoil hat is getting hot. I have to take it off here in a minute. That's a lot to think about with that one. I'm probably gonna have to watch that one a couple times and do a little bit more like in depth, like paying more a little bit closer attention to some of the tells and stuff like that. Oh, good lord! I did not tell you to start going. Shush. That was interesting. That was definitely interesting. Yeah. There were some people that I knew that were really into the Q stuff, and it just at the start of it, hey, there were some people that got red pilled and cool, but then they got wrapped into some shit because the psyop developed, and then people were convinced that the storm is coming, the storm is coming, the storm is coming, and just it lulled a lot of people into a false sense of security and complacency, and it made it so that they just let things happen and they didn't actually get active in the positive and nonviolent way. And yeah, yeah, that was not a white psyop, guys. When you and what's the crazy thing is when you started mentioning that it was a psyop. Oh, but it's a white psyop. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That was that was. I've had my rants on the Q stuff. I have definitely had my rants on the Q stuff. There was that's TV Green. I think it initially started. It had a start where it was some red pill stuff, and it got people to think for sure. And then it morphed really, really quickly into something nefarious. I think it was. I think a lot. Honestly, I think a lot of the Q stuff was AI. I think a lot of those Q drops and stuff. Looking at how it's worded, it's very robotic, very robotic, and the whole it's all part of the plan stuff. Yeah, that didn't help people wake up. That put a lot of people to sleep. Honestly, with oh, it's part of the plan. Just just have faith in the plan. Then you're doing the trust the science type of stuff there. You got to be able to call that stuff out. You got to be able to instigate a little bit of cognitive dissonance within yourself. Question even the things that you trust. You've got to do that because if you're not careful, if you're constantly nodding your head along and just eating up that red meat, well, eventually you're going to end up getting caught with something that's not quite accurate. So you gotta be skeptical, even of the sources that you trust. So that was interesting. That was interesting. There's a lot to chew on with that one. I'm going to do some more reading and more research into this one for sure. It's interesting that they threw Trump out there at the end. Interesting that they threw him out there talking about maybe getting some stuff done. No. I'm taking this off though. I have a bit of a headache. Ooh, man. Maybe they got to me, guys. They got to me. Before I could put the hat on, started to get a headache. My ears started ringing. They found me here in Swamp East, Missouri. Excuse me. Oh, lordy, lordy. Thank you guys so much for having a good time in the chat tonight. Been watching you guys. I've been trying to pay attention. If I missed anything important, I apologize. Kind of going a little bit fast tonight, which is a good thing. Welcome to the Dozer Den if it's your first time here. Guys, I am Bill Dozer 74. I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. We talk about stuff and things. That's stuff and things, not stuff and things. It's not that type of show. Not today. But yeah, I usually do about 3 to 4 news stories. Today, we're probably going to go ahead and just do 3. So I do have an article about the Trump appeal. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then we got some lighthearted stuff at the end. Oh no, have I frozen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dang. Dang, y'all. Oh, we're back. I had a quartering freeze, guys. I had a quartering freeze. Oh. Miss the nudies? Damn. Damn. We got the Trump floss. There we go. How we doing on likes, guys? How we doing on likes? I gotta check. I gotta check and make sure y'all doing your jobs. Gotta make sure you like, guys. Like it hard. Where we at? Where we at? Do not stop. 31? 31, it ain't bad. That ain't bad, guys. But we could do better. We could do better if you just take a moment, a brief moment, to scroll down, minimize the window a little bit, the video, and smash so hard. Smash that like button. Give it a good thumping. Show that like button who's boss. It's there. It's consenting. Sometimes they just let you. Sometimes that like button, it'll just let you caress it. It'll let you grab that like button right by the thumb. Oh, we have a good time here. We have a good time here. Let me see. I think I got some more followers. Oh my goodness. We got Skunk71 and Dadon1988. Thank you guys so much for the follows. To 524 now. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for following. I appreciate you. Oh, we're creeping up. We're going to get to 1,000 in a few months. You know what? I'll give it a few months, guys. I'll give it a few months, and I bet you we'll hit 1,000 followers here on Rumble. And you know what? I don't really care about YouTube, to be honest with you. They copyright strike me for being playing the BLM people talking about being violent. They copyright strike me for playing, or not copyright, violence. That was violence for the BLM people. Last stream, we played some music, had a good time. They got me for that one. There are 28 followers or subscribers over there on my YouTube channel. If I get more, so be it. But X and Rumble is where I'm focusing my attention because these are the most free speech platforms. And Gab, I'm over there on Gab as well. Billdozer74 there as well. And Truth Social. If you peruse Truth Social every now and then. Billdozer74 there as well. On X, I am at Billdozer74__. We are creeping up on 3,000 followers again. We were there up over 3,000 for a brief moment, a brief shining moment where we cracked 3,000 followers on X. And then we plummeted down to 2,700 because I guess a bot purge? I don't know. I noticed that I got unfollowed from some things, though, that I knew I was following, so maybe there was a little bit of that going on. Not sure. Not sure. But you know who else isn't sure? E. Jean Carroll. She's not sure about what was going on back in the 90s. But the jury found Trump liable for grabbing him by the pussy. That's what they found in a very, very biased setting, in a case that should have never been brought because they literally changed the law so that this case and this case alone could be brought in a civil setting. Mind you, in a civil setting, it is preponderance of the evidence. It is not a criminal trial. This whole, the liable for sexual assault and defamation. This was a civil proceeding. So they have a preponderance of the evidence. That is 51% only. Whereas in the criminal setting, it is beyond a reasonable doubt. Even with this easy metric to reach, they still said that no, Trump did not actually do the grape thing to you, E. Jean Carroll. They did say that he did a little bit of groping. Somehow the jury twisted it around and found it so that actually happened. E. Jean Carroll, in my opinion, guys, we've talked about this before. She looks a bit like a female version of Gary Busey, in my opinion. I'm just saying, with somebody who has been able to bed supermodels, why on God's green earth would Trump pick somebody that looks like a female version of Gary Busey? I'm just saying it doesn't pass the sniff test. It doesn't pass the sniff test. I'm just saying. See, Sanglant, what'd you share there? Soul coughing, unmarked helicopters? Huh. Interesting. Not sure what that is, but okay. Oh, Lord. That's a music video. All right, we'll see if we can play it later. On topic song, Pity the Vid Sucks. Huh, interesting. Well, thanks for the suggestion. Eugene Carroll makes the CIA crazy chick looks like she's almost sane. Interesting. All right. Let's. I've got an article here about the appeal. Trump, the federal appeals court. Let me look real quick. I'm going to pull it up, and oh, good God, I'm going to have to refresh because of freaking ad. I still have not activated my ad blocker. My God, guys, we are up to 70 people watching over here on Rumble. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the Dozer Den. I appreciate your viewership tonight. Hopefully you will follow the channel and I will continue to earn your viewership. Guys, my goal here is to inform and entertain. That's the point. And hopefully I do it in a somewhat lighthearted way that brings a little bit of levity to some of the darker topics of the evening, of the current goings on. If I can make a shit sandwich just a little bit more palatable, well, I feel like I have done my job. And lovely mod in the chat, Trish, putting this link out there. Guys, if you don't want to send a Rumble rant, I completely understand. If you don't want to subscribe, I completely understand. But if you would like to support the Dozer Den directly, you could always donate via Venmo or Cash App. Those options are available. Nobody ever has to donate to the Dozer Den. But if you do feel so inclined, I sincerely appreciate your donation, and I will use it to fuel the Killdozers in the Killdozer army here in the Dozer Den. Thank you so much for the support. I sincerely appreciate y'all. And even if it is just sharing this out or commenting in the comment section, smashing that like button, guys, in whatever way that you were able to show support for this channel, I absolutely appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into this article from Reuters. Trump loses appeal of E. Jean Carroll $5 million defamation sexual assault verdict by Jonathan Stemple. Let's see. Good Lord. Jury, here's a summary. Jury also found Trump sexually assaulted Carroll. Different jury held Trump liable to pay $83.3 million. Trump to continue appeals in Carroll litigation. That's part of the process. I hope that it eventually gets to something that's important. Metal Mouth 2874. Good to see you. I don't believe I've seen you in the chat before. Thank you so much for joining the Dozer Den this evening. Much appreciated. Glad you guys are hanging out with little old me. All right. A federal appeals court on Monday upheld a $5 million verdict that E. Jean Carroll won against Donald Trump when a jury found the U.S. president-elect liable for sexually abusing and later defaming the former magazine columnist. A unanimous three-judge panel of the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan rejected Trump's argument that the trial judge should not have let jurors hear evidence about the Republicans' alleged past sexual misconduct, making the trial and verdict unfair. Let's do a really quick search. Here of who makes up the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan. Let's see who that is, because I could have sworn that it was an interesting makeup here from Manhattan, so they're definitely going to be unbiased, right? Oh, Lord. Should have typed that better. Let's see. Oh, no. U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second District. Interesting. I wonder who the other ones that I was thinking of. There was one federal appeals court, or maybe it was a state appeal. I think it might have been the state appeals, where it was all just a. No, wait. I should have known better than to use Bing. Oh well. Back to the article. I got on a rabbit trail, guys. I got on a rabbit trail. Oh, we're back to it, though. We're back to it. The court said that evidence including Trump bragging about his sexual prowess on an Access Hollywood video that surfaced during the 2016 presidential campaign established a repeated idiosyncratic pattern of conduct consistent with Carroll's allegations. Holy shit. Fuck this court. Fuck this court. The fact that he said that they let you, okay? If Trump said that they let you grab them by the pussy, that implies consent was given. Not I did it against their will. They let you do it. Shit. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh, man. That's insane, though. That is insane. That this court, there is no unbiased court. I mean, the judges are supposed to be impartial. They're supposed to be impartial. That right there, that statement, that's a reach. That is a hard reach. Oh, Lord. Taking the record as a whole and considering the strength of Mrs. Carroll's case, we are not persuaded that any claimed error or combination of errors in the district court's evidentiary rulings affected Mr. Trump's substantial rights, the court said in an unsigned decision. The court said that evidence, including Trump's bragging about his... we just read that. Lord. The May 2023 verdict stemmed from an incident around 1996 in a Bergdorf Goodman, a department store dressing room in Manhattan, where Carroll, now 81, said Trump raped her, and an October 2022 Truth Social post where Trump denied Carroll's claim as a hoax. So they literally said that just because you said you didn't do it, just because Trump said, no, I did not do that, that was defamation. I cannot believe that this had any fucking legs at all in the court system. This should not have gone anywhere, but it did, because the court system is fucking biased as hell against people like Trump, against people who aren't part of the establishment. They are going to crucify anybody who is outside of their club. Good God. Though jurors in federal court in Manhattan did not find that Trump, 78, committed rape, they awarded the former Elle magazine advice columnist $2.02 million for sexual assault and $2.98 million for defamation. Because he said I didn't do it. That counts as defamation? What the fuck are they talking about? What the fuck are they talking about? How is that defamation just to say that no, I didn't do it? I cannot believe that this is something that is continuing. This has got to go up to the higher courts. And let's hope that somebody does something right for once. Jesus. It's a hoax, Trump spokesperson says. A different jury ordered Trump in January to pay Carroll $83.3 million for defaming her and damaging her reputation in June of 2019 when he first denied her rape claim. How on earth is he damaging her reputation when this bitch wasn't doing anything of worth? She wasn't worth $83 million. How are you going to claim that she lost this amount and that he has to pay her this amount? I do not understand the rationale here. You know what? That's the point. There is no rationale behind it. There is no actual logic behind it. It's purely political and ideology. It's ideologically motivated. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's no freaking justice to this. None at all. And for the people who say that it is, you're fucking disingenuous and I don't like you. Nope. Definitely not. Definitely not. Ooh, I do have a Discord, Metalmouth. It is in the link is in the description, and I'm sure Trish will probably post it up here in a second. There you go. Guys, if you want to join my Discord server, the Dozer Den with BillDozer74. Last I checked, we had 11 members there. It is slowly growing. I also have the dozerden.locals.com. That's available for membership as well. You can click that join button if you like, if you want to be part of the locals community. There is a live chat. There is a live chat. It does things. It does things. The live chat on locals gets a little bit crazy, guys. It's the wild west of the internet. In both denials, Trump said he did not know Carroll. She was not my type, and that she fabricated the rape claim to promote her memoir, which is true. Stephen Chung, a Trump spokesperson, said in a statement that Americans demand an immediate end to the political weaponization of our justice system and a swift dismissal of all the witch hunts, including the Democrat-funded Carroll hoax, which will continue to be appealed. Oh, Lord, stop it. Stop it. It was not clear if any appeal would go to the U.S. Supreme Court. Trump tapped Chung last month to be his White House communications director. Roberta Kaplan, a lawyer for Carroll, said in a statement, "Eugene Carroll and I are gratified by today's decision. Carroll's cases are continuing despite Trump's having won a second 4-year White House term. In 1997, in a case involving former President Bill Clinton, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled unanimously that sitting presidents have no immunity from civil litigation in federal court over actions predating and unrelated to their official duties as president. Evidence showed a pattern," the court said. Trump argued the $5 million verdict should be thrown out because the trial judge, U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan, who is not related to Robert Kaplan, should not have let jurors hear testimony from 2 other women who accused him of sexual misconduct, which is actually I think the precedent that they're citing is actually the one that helped out Harvey Weinstein, which is interesting. One businesswoman, Jessica Leeds, said Trump groped her on a plane in the late 1970s. The other, former People magazine writer Natasha Stoyanov, sounds like a Russian to me, said Trump forcibly kissed her at his Mar-a-Lago estate in 2005. Sure. Trump's lawyers also said the trial judge should not have let jurors watch the 2005 Access Hollywood video where Trump boasted graphically about forcing himself. That is a fucking mischaracterization, and honestly, he should sue their asses for defamation right there. That is mischaracterization to the nth. It is not talking about forcing himself on the women. He is saying that they let you grab them by the pussy. That implies consent. Get it fucking right. Well, there. I'm going to need to be a little bit quieter. A little bit quieter. The boy has started to stir. Oh, we're at 2 hours and 46 minutes. We need to hurry this up here. Let's see. But the appeals court said that in each of these encounters, Mr. Trump engaged in an ordinary conversation with a woman he barely knew, then abruptly lunged at her in a semi-public place and proceeded to kiss and forcibly touch her without her consent. These bitches. What the fuck is wrong with these people? It said this was relevant to show a pattern tending to directly corroborate witness testimony and to confirm that the alleged sexual assault of Carroll actually occurred. That is some overreach. My goodness, there's no logic to this, guys. There's no logic at all. Thanks for joining the Discord server there, Metal Mouth. Appreciate you. Let's see. It said this was okay. The court also rejected Trump's claim that Kaplan should have allowed evidence that a prominent Democratic critic, billionaire, and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman funded Carroll's case, saying it had little probative value. Oh, of course they would say that, right? How convenient that the fact that a freaking Democrat billionaire mega donor funding this case. How convenient. That doesn't matter, does it? Just despicable. They weave themselves into knots to justify their bullshit. Just nuts. Judge Kaplan also oversaw the trial that ended with the $83.3 million verdict. That is, first of all, fuck Reuters for that. Fuck Reuters and fuck this guy. What is fucking Jonathan Stemple? New York fucking faggot. Jesus Christ. That's horrible. There was no attempt to be unbiased. There was no attempt to be unbiased in that article, guys. I needed to tear apart an article like that. It's been a while since I tore apart an article like that. It needed it. Fuck that guy. Not unbiased at all. Not even close. Not even close, guys. Didn't even try. Didn't even try to seem like he was unbiased, did he? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, TV Green, you up in Kansas City area, huh? Sweet. Over there in Omaha. This is I'm actually here in southeast Missouri, swamp-east Missouri, as some might say, especially right now because of all the rain. Lord, we did not have a white Christmas. We had a brown Christmas. It's muddy. My backyard looks like just soup, honestly, in some spots. I'm gonna have to work on that. I need to get some better root structure in those areas so that hopefully it doesn't get as bad next year. But I got dogs in the backyard, guys. I got dogs. I got a pit bull mix and a blue heeler. They run a lot. They're active animals. They do the do. Reed Hoffman is a pedo maybe ASO implicated with the Chase Bank trafficking funding. JJR, I had not heard that. Now that is a statement that is not a statement of fact. It is speculation, just in case anybody would want to be a dick about that. Oh, Retsnom, you're in KC too. We got some Midwesterners. We got the Midwesterners. Central time, guys. Central time. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Here in the Dozer Den. Thanks for joining the Discord. I need to get a little bit better at the locals. A little bit more active in locals. I was doing decent there for a minute. I was. And then I wasn't. I'll get back to it though. And once I figure out how to live stream, dual stream and from Rumble Studio to locals, there will be a little bit more activity there, I think. I just got to actually get that going. I've emailed some people. I'm on it. Same duty. I'm also going to try to figure out exactly why the live chat is how it is. I'm going to try to pick some people's brains, figure out what the heck that's about. Maybe we can get that a little bit bigger for people who are having a little trouble seeing those little bitty words. So we will try. We will try. You guys are having the FJB stuff. I still have my wristband from Hodger Twins. Let's go, Brandon. FJB. I'm gonna keep it on as long as I feel the need. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it on as long as I feel the need because who knows what's gonna happen in the next 23 days or so, guys. I still think they're probably gonna try to take him out again. That's what I kind of think that's gonna happen. I hope not. I hope not, but I think they're gonna try. We'll see. We'll see. Since Sanglant, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Should we play it? Should we play it? Sanglant put a link out there earlier. We're getting towards the end of the stream. I'll play it at the end of the stream. How about that? I got you, Sanglant. Since you shared it out there, we'll go ahead and play that soul coughing here in a minute. It's 3 minutes, 3-minute video. I think we're probably going to have to start wrapping up the news section here, but I do have a post from Massey that I wanted to highlight. Part of our segment that we have, the Massey Minute. Usually I'll try to find a clip from Massey, just being a Chad, because, Nostradamus, as he's been called, because he's right. Usually he calls it out. What's going on in the government? He sees patterns and he notices things, guys. He notices things. All right, let's pull this one up here. He oh man. What did he have here? You know what? We got a 2-minute clip here. That's from December 2023. We're not going to do that one. I think we already have done that one. Yeah, that was when he was talking with DeSantis, because I think Massey was a bit of a dissimp, just a little bit of a dissimp. It's whatever. It's whatever. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I hope he stays safe too, Trish. I hope he stays safe too. Still running. It's okay, Dirk. Dirk, when you get to this point, it's all right. It's all right. Glad you're enjoying the show, man. Glad you're enjoying the show. I'll type that in chat. So he can't hear me right now. He's in another time, another place. He's a time traveler, guys. He's a time traveler. This is a good point. It's apt. It's apt, and I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong. But Nostradamus, we're going to have to refresh. I'll be right back. It won't let me share right now. Refresh. And we're back. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody in that brief interlude. Let's go ahead and share this out. Share this right here. Statement about Trump endorsing Johnson. Johnson! Thomas Massey says, I respect and support President Trump, but his endorsement of Mike Johnson is going to work out about as well as his endorsement of Speaker Paul Ryan. That was horrible. We've seen Johnson partner with the Democrats to send money to Ukraine, authorize spying on Americans, and blow the budget. Yep. Right here, on January 3rd, 2017, Paul Ryan was elected Speaker by every Republican except me. Ryan went on to offer the fake repeal of Obamacare, increased spending back to the deep state, and didn't fund a wall. 2 years later, we lost majority and Democrats made a living hell for Trump. Yep. I really hope that he's wrong on this one. I do. But we have to acknowledge, guys, this is a video that Thomas Massey took on the floor. Let's pause to remember this moment in Congress when Mike Johnson gave the Democrats the billions of dollars they wanted for Ukraine. The House Sergeant-at-Arms threatened to fine me for sharing this video. That same man still works for Mike Johnson. This is what our elected members of Congress were doing, waving the flag. It's because they're fattening their own wallets. I think that if you wave another country's fucking flag in our goddamn capital, I think if you wave another country's fucking flag in our house, the people's fucking house, how dare you wave another country's flag? The only fucking flag should be the American flag in the Capitol. Or, maybe they don't step on, don't tread on me. Never. Another country's flag should never be given reverence in our house, the American people's house. They're waving that flag because they are going to be getting rich off of these deals. Ukraine is a giant washing machine, laundering the money. You throw it in there, it gets washed, it comes back out, it goes to other contractors, goes to other countries. The weapons that we send over there are going to other, entities to be used against our boys in the future conflicts, guys, because that's what happens. It's the Hegelian dialectic, guys. It perpetuates upon itself. Fuck these people. Just fuck them. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. Oh, damn. Might not have had as much energy with that rant as the last one. It was more just these people can eat shit. As far as I'm concerned, these people that are waving other countries' flags, I hate them so much because I hate their actions. But I also have to. There's no way that they're ignorant of what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. These people are not willfully ignorant. These are people that know better, and I have no use for them. I have no use for them at all. It's not just the liberal retards, metal mouth. It's the fucking establishment Republicans that are fucking on board too. The establishment Republicans are just as fucking disgusting as they are. There's some of them probably are conservative, quote unquote conservative Republicans that are waving another country's flag in our fucking house. Absolutely treasonous. That's fucking treasonous. I don't care. Fuck them. That's treason. Fuck you. You are flying the colors of another fucking country in our house. Go off. That's all I got for him. That's all I got for him. Yeah, it's all about the Benjamins to him. Not just Netanyahu. It's kind of weird. It seems like Ukraine has become the next Israel, which is odd, especially since there's a bunch of Nazis there. We could go places with that one. We could go places, but we're not going to tonight. We're not going to tonight. Because we're going to wrap this stuff up tonight. That was our Massey Minute there at the end. I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about you, JJR. We do have a couple little things here that I was going to play. Usually, guys, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome to the Dozer Den. I definitely appreciate you spending time here this evening. Appreciate you sharing this episode with all your friends and family. Repost if you have that option available on Rumble. Like this stream. Last I saw, we had 30 or so people liking this. We were up over 70. I think we almost hit 80 people watching at one point. We were close. This is I think the most people I have watching at once, so that's pretty cool. It's good to see. I'm kind of wondering if I should try to squeeze in another ad read here. You know what? Why the fuck not? Let's do it. 5G free, guys. Got my hat on. Guys, you know what? I want to talk to you about the things that people are afraid to say out loud. Who's in control of America's news? The Jews. What? No, that's a joke. It's not Biden. Meanwhile, we have Russian ships. They're not going to give me my $1.17 for this, guys. Give me my shekels. No, I'm joking. It's not Biden. Meanwhile, we have Russian ships off the coast of Florida and full-blown wars in Ukraine and Israel. The world is at its most unstable point since World War II. And with nuclear weapons, the stakes are 10 times higher. How do people like you and I stay safe? Every prepper needs to have RadioGuard Ace, the only FDA-approved drug to treat radioactive fallout. Only the feds had it, until now. That's why Rumble partnered with 5G Free, the only company in the world that has a supply of RadioGuard Ace and the ability to prescribe it prophylactically. Get their radiation emergency kit, a REC, if you will, with RadioGuard Ace, potassium iodide, Zofran for nausea, and a Geiger counter. There's simply no other tool in your arsenal to protect against a radioactive threat. Go to 5gfree.com, code STUDIO to save 15% and get your radiation kit now. Thanks for bearing with me through that. How many subs now, Bill? Well, let me look. I don't know. I haven't refreshed in a minute. Let me pull it up. Nope, it's not showing there. I did not mean to play. Let's see. Un momento. Gotta refresh. CW, all streams need at least one thumbs down. Be right back, you fucker. Let me see here. Well, I see we're up to 525 followers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I don't know why the subs aren't showing. Usually they show up. Give me a second. We'll do this real quick. 13 subscribers. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Y'all are awesome. If I saw who you were, I would be able to shout you out. My apologies for not shouting you out, but I will check you out later, actually. And I'll make sure. I'm going to start. What I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start putting a list of the subscribers, the paid subscribers, in the description, so that I give you guys a shout out. I know I said that a couple streams ago, but I'm actually going to make do on it next stream. So, many gifted subs. Yes, gifted subs. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Was that UCW? I saw your. It didn't show anything in the Rumble chat, so I wasn't sure what that was. But if that was you, thank you so much for gifting some subscriptions to your fellow chatters. Definitely appreciate you, bud. You gifted 4. Fuck yeah, buddy. Thank you. All right. Now, you medicated the cat and made a sandwich. Well, there you go. Good job. You got to medicate the cat. You got to make sure the cat gets his medicine and you get a sandwich. Well, 3. Okay. That's all right. All right. Get those emotes. Bam. I'm going to add some more. Since we got more people subscribed to the channel, we are going to add some more. And if I can get some that actually do some movement. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? That would be kind of cool. But let me find something real quick, guys. Typically, I do 3 to 4 news stories. And then, what's up, Rolling Pony? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining here towards the end of the stream. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't smashed that like button, take a brief moment to go ahead and click that thumbs up. In the old days, it used to be a plus sign, and we affectionately referred to it as the Plussy. That's Plussy. It's not that type of show, guys. Not that type of... You grab them by the Plussy. You give it a good grab. Because they let you grab them. That implies consent, everybody. That implies consent. New York courts can just go off. That's all I gotta say. But I got bookmarks, guys. I got bookmarks. Oh, here's what we'll do. We have a couple clips of this lady. She is freaking awesome. I think Australian artist, a musician. Iyah May. Iyah May. Check her out and support this woman because she had her contracts cancel on her. Oh, you were big on Roku. Cool. Good to see you. You love the tinfoil. Good, Rolling Pony. Good deal. Glad to hear it. Let's check this out real quick. This is our end of the stream. It's still politically flavored, but it's kind of a palate cleanser because, well, first of all, it's a pretty lady. And second of all, good lyrics. This lady has bars. She lost her management because she refused to change the lyrics in this song. Good for her. They were perfect. If you want to see more independent artists speak their mind, support them. Her name is Iyah May. That's Iyah May. Let's give this a listen real quick. We have a partial clip here and then one up above.
Man-made virus, watch some millions die. Biggest profit of their lives. Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Carmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Carmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. More than war, it's genocide.
Carmageddon. Nice.
Man-made virus, watch some millions die.
So that's one clip there. Rolling Pony, did Dick Cheney really die? Fucking... I'm sorry, but ding dong, the fucking witch is dead. Fuck that motherfucker. If he's dead, I hope he rots in fucking hell. Dick Cheney, seriously, I hope Satan rapes you every fucking day for the rest of your soul's existence. Dick Cheney is one of the most evil motherfuckers on the goddamn planet. If he's dead, thank you for letting me know, and so fucking glad that he's dead. Fuck it, I don't care. Maybe that makes me a horrible person. Dick Cheney's a goddamn awful person. If he's dead, good. Rot in hell. Fuck him. Back to the palate cleansing. I'm sorry. I'm not even. Fuck it. I'm not sorry. Fuck it. Nope. Fuck him. Yeah, check it out, Metal Mouth. Check it out. If that's Rolling Pony, if you are misinforming, I got excited. That's bad. I shouldn't be like that, but fuck Dick Cheney. That guy's horrible. All right, we got another clip from Iyah May. I'm going to give her a follow here in a second. And let's listen to a little bit more of this song because this is a freaking awesome song. Iyah May music. This is good.
Fashion week, celebs lose ribs. Balenciaga, how's the kid?
Balenciaga, how's the kids? That's one that kind of got fucking memory hole, didn't it, guys? Balenciaga with their little BDSM teddy bears with the kids, right?
Just as Drake, he's losing beef. Kendrick killed him in his sleep. This track's about beating up your queen. While women dying doesn't cause a scene. While we're fed all these distractions, kids are killed from Israel's actions. I'ma speak my mind. Sick to death of all these crazy lies. A circus for humanity's decline. We just want a peaceful life. Give the people back their rights. And I still gotta beef. Cause Fauci's laughing and we've been asleep. And who's a liar and it's running deep. Big pharma.
She is killing it with these freaking lyrics.
Gonna eat, they a devil make them weak. Man-made virus, watch some millions die. Biggest profit of their life. corporation, that's your prize. This is Carmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Carmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. War and war, it's genocide. This is Carmageddon. Welcome to the chaos of the times. If you go left and I go right, pray we make it out alive. This is Carmageddon.
That's a banger. Good for her. That's a hell of a song. I'm following this lady right now. She only got 27.4 thousand followers. Guys, if you are on X, first of all, give me a follow at BillOzer74__, but also follow Aya May. Carmageddon. Good for her. Hell yeah. Those are some good lyrics. I'm going to... Being hot doesn't hurt either. Yeah, it's the palate cleanser. I told you guys, that's a palate cleanser. But I'm not going to lie. JJR made a good point. If he said, nah, if that's true about Cheney, that's the feel-good story. I'm going to look this up. If it's from Reuters, sometimes, they're hit and miss. They're hit and miss. I'm going to do some real quick research. This may be breaking news. Dick Cheney has died at the age of 83. RT America. Let's see. What we got? No, I don't want. Shit, let me pull it up real quick. Let me share. We're going to the comments section, guys. First thing, him and Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is directly responsible for Jonestown, by the way. The Jonestown Massacre. He put that in. He essentially made that happen. Just saying. Oh boy, redheaded libertarian. Your mentions are going to be wild. There is no way this is. Is this? Liz Cheney's had a bad year, and the future doesn't seem too good either. Oh fuck me. Oh damn it. Son of a bitch! It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie, guys. It's a lie. False alarm. I retract it. RT America is pounded a twinker 6 million. The king of the gays parody artist. If you fell for my bait, you owe me $8. Cash App troll King Dennis. Motherfucker. Damn it. It was fake news. Rolling. It was rolling pony. You got baited and I got baited too. I love a good troll though. $8. He's just saying $8. Fuck this guy. I'm following him though because I respect the troll. That pounded a twinker 6 million. Yeah, he's popped up a few times. Oh shit. It's okay. It's a funny. He's not really dead. It was a fucking joke. Okay. Now we got to feel bad for wishing death, wishing being happy. You know what? No, honestly, I'm still when it happens, I will definitely have the same reaction. I will have the same fucking reaction. Yeah, it's a cocksucker. It's a parody account, guys. Retraction from the Dozer Den. We never wish death upon Americans, but can you really consider Cheney an American? I don't know. I'm not saying I wish death upon anybody. I'm not. Just I wouldn't be sad. He'll stay warm. When he does go, guys. Oh, Alex Jones fell for it too. Well, at least I'm in good company. I'm in good company with the frog prophet. Dick Cheney, hell yeah. He's gone. No more gay frogs. All right. So we ended on a little bit of a funny. That was a palate cleanser in itself, wasn't it, guys? Thank you guys so much for making this an awesome episode of the Dozer Den. If you're new here, follow the channel, guys. Subscribe if you like. $5 a month, guys. That's all it takes. All it takes to support the Dozer Den so that we can welcome more Killdozers into the Killdozer army. I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. My goal here is to inform and entertain. Infotainment, some might say. Hopefully if I can help bring a little bit of levity to some of these darker stories. We had a last Monday. Last Monday was really dark, and that was partially why on Friday we just had a chill music stream. I took requests, guys. You can send in Rumble rants for music video requests, and Rolling Pony. Darn it, if only. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. No, you're fine. You're fine. Shit happens. That's why we check. That's why we check, guys, and that's why we went to the comments. The comment section knows. The comment section knows. But yeah, I try to do 3 to 4 news stories a night. Usually have a palate cleanser there at the end. We typically will do a Massey minute, for he is the Chad Massey, Nostradamus. One of the few representatives that I believe actually gives a fuck about the Constitution. The evidence indicates that he does. So, the friggin' frogs are gay. The frog prophet, Alex Jones. Alex Jones. All right, guys. Well, it is past my bedtime. Actually, I'm probably going to be up for another hour and a half, 2 hours, because I never developed an adult circadian rhythm. But anyways, we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes. I usually go for about 3 hours or so. I always say that I'm not going to, but I am a dirty, rotten liar, and I do it because I appreciate every single one of you who chooses to take time out of your evening to watch the content that I am putting out there. Thank you, guys. Oh, there's all kinds of music. Who Let the Dogs Out? We did a lot of Whitechapel was our first one from it was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. Electric Callboy, some other chill stuff, some Nickelback, who cares? Why not? Whatever you want. If on a chill stream, which we are going to start doing one of those probably a month, I think, maybe just have a chill stream where we take music video requests and just hang out, chill in the chat, guys. That's got a decent little community, I think, that we're building here. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the Dozer Den. I will see you guys on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Real quick, I forgot. I need to raid somebody. We're spreading the wealth here. Not like the commies, though. We are rising tide lifts all ships, right? Who do we need to raid tonight, guys? Who do we need to raid? I was about to close it out. All right. Who do we have here? Who is live right now? Copters, dude. Weather Nation. Let's see. Got. Is Squall Rush? Maybe. Oh, Darth Jason? Oh, I think it is. Awaken all day. I have got work in the morning. I have got work. Happy New Year's, though. Because guys, I won't be seeing you guys. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Getting into 2025. Let me see. I think Darth Jason is live right now. So I am going to go ahead and... Darth Jason is live, episode 286, Dark Side Radio. I'm going to go ahead and raid Darth Jason. See if we can make this work here. Let me go back here. Don't need to hear myself twice, do we? Let's leave that set in there for a second, because I've been told that if you leave it set there, if you let it rest like a good steak after a nice cook on the grill, if you leave it set for a little bit, apparently it makes that raid function actually work a little bit better. So, awaken all day. Well, I'm glad you had the next 2 days off. I had like 4 or 5 in a row. It was great. Yeah, I'll see you guys next year. Haha. But yeah, I'm remembering CW. I'm letting it set for a minute. Normal hours for this show, 9:30 p.m. Central for about 3 hours. I usually wrap it up around 12:30, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. Last stream we went almost 4 hours. So just depends on what the chat's doing, what I'm doing, what I got going on. Lady Dozer does fall asleep on the couch sometimes. So you're heading over to Average Joe Patriot. Good night, y'all, and Happy New Year. Well, heck yeah, JJR. If you guys want to go check out Average Joe Patriot, that is one to check out as well. Days, Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays, awaken all day, 9:30 p.m. Central. Hopefully, I continue to earn your viewership. Let's try to do this raid here. It didn't work. It didn't work. I thought I left it long enough. We got to do it twice. Do it twice. You got to do it right. Unlike the like button, if you hit it twice, it cancels it out, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, y'all. All right, raid confirmed over to Darth Jason. You guys have yourself a good time with the tunes. That's, I think, all he does is just music stuff. So he has he'll just take requests all night long. He goes and goes and goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have sincerely enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight. Appreciate the support, y'all. Y'all have a good one.